Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Peyton Woodring will be kicking off for the Bulldogs. Ball is teed up on the 35 to our left. Kick will sail from left to right. Kendrick Law, the deep receiver for Alabama, on the goal line. This one's going to come down short on the 5. He will return it to the 10, 15, far sideline 20. Breaks through the first wave, up across the 30, and tackled at the 34-yard line of Alabama. Kyron Jones made the stop on special teams for the Bulldogs. They may move it up another yard, put it on the 35. We'll see. No, he's good now. They're going to say he stepped out, I guess, at the 30-yard line on the far side of the field. So that's where the game will begin. The line of scrimmage, the Alabama 30 for the Crimson Tide. And they'll put the ball down on the far hash with Alabama starting to try to move to our left as we view it. Milroe back in the shotgun, one back in the backfield. They send Ryan Williams in motion to the right. Snap back to Milroe. Quick throw to Williams on the right side. Caught at the 36 and forced out of bounds in that general vicinity, maybe around the 38-yard line by Malachi Starks, the safety.
Good read there by Milroe. Just a quick hitch on the outside. Dogs showed cover 2. Right at the snap of the football, we had Dan Jackson down in the linebacker position. He sprinted back into a safety position as we dropped one of those 2 deep safeties down and ended up playing cover 3.
They go out of the pistol now. They'll throw it to the near side. Flags are down all over the place. They complete the pass to Jeremy Bernard on this near sideline, and he's driven into the boundary by Dan Jackson, the safety, but let's check the
illegal
flag.
Formation, offense, more than 4 players lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
That's the voice of referee Daniel Gautreaux, so that'll back up Alabama. Back to the 33-yard line.
Correction, Georgia has decided to decline the penalty. It'll be third down.
So they'll move the sticks back to the original position.
So they're going to be 3rd and short here. Now 3rd and looks like 2 yards to go. Good recognition there on that last play by Dan Jackson on the bubble screen. We talked about eliminating yards after the catch. Dan Jackson out on the island, able to make that tackle on that play.
So Alabama, they're trying to get the chain gang.
Correction, Georgia has decided to enforce the penalty. It'll be second down.
Well, now they move it back. Dogs do accept the penalty.
So the guy holding the yard marker, he's been back to the 33, up to the 38, back to the 33 now. So they do take the penalty. It's second down, back on the Alabama 33. Second down and 7 yards to go. Milroe in the pocket. He's going to run it straight up and right into the arms of Nazir Stackhouse, who will ride him down to the turf right up with the hash mark at the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. Stack, the senior from Stone Mountain, they'll put the ball down on the 33-yard line.
Boy, really nice coverage there by the Georgia secondary. We played man. Alabama had a crossing route. Good route against that coverage. We're able to avoid a couple of the Alabama receivers, forcing Milroe up in the pocket.
Going to be 3rd down and 7. Georgia jumps offside. Milroe will throw. They got a free play. The flag is down, and the pass is incomplete on the Georgia sideline at around the 47-yard line, trying to go to Ryan Williams. But that should be a 5-yarder on Georgia, I think. Let's see.
Offsides. Defense, number 11, was in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
We crowded the line that time, Z, and Jalen Walker moved into the neutral zone before the snap of the ball.
Boy, and it's too bad that he did, too. We brought linebacker pressure, brought somebody right into the A-gap. Alabama had to squeeze, so their guard had to go down and pick up most dangerous and left. Big Warren Brinson came and just blew up Jalen Milroe.
He got a welcome back hit. Brinson did not play in the last game against Kentucky. 3rd down and 2 for Alabama from their 38. Milroe with time. He throws. It's complete at the 40 to Bernard and hit immediately and driven back 2 or 3 yards by Dan Jackson, but I think he got enough for the first down. He caught it right on the 40. They're going to spot it just a hair across the 40-yard line, and that's where he needed to go. So Alabama picks up the first down on the 2-yard gain.
Boy, another good close there by Dan Jackson. Again, they get the first down just barely. A little crossing route. Dan Jackson up from his safety position, just walloped the Alabama receiver.
Bernard, who caught that ball, the second leading receiver for the Crimson Tide, 9th catch of the season. Milroe will hand it off. They'll run a sweep to the near side. There's a stiff arm by Bernard towards the Georgia sideline, and he runs out of bounds, standing up, chased out of bounds by the linebacker Raylan Wilson, a sophomore from Tallahassee, Florida. But up over the 50-yard line to the 49. He got 11 and a first down for the Crimson Tide as they push the ball into Georgia territory.
Just a jet sweep there by Alabama, able to get outside of our contain.
Milroe in the pocket, wants to go deep, far sideline, and it is caught by Alabama, falling down around the 15-yard line or so by Emmanuel Henderson. I think if the Georgia defender turns around and looks to see the ball coming in, he might have had a chance to pick that one off, but Henderson played the ball better than our defender did, and Alabama in business now in the red zone. And they hand it off. Running wide to the right side is Jam Miller, his first carry, a junior from Tyler, Texas, and there's a flag down.
That's going to be a hold on Alabama. I think it was Chaz Chambliss.
Offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
They call that on the right tackle, Elijah Pritchett, redshirt sophomore from Columbus, Georgia. So that'll back up the Crimson Tide a little bit after a positive gain by Jam Miller, his first carry of the contest. That puts the ball back on the Georgia 25-yard line.
Chambliss, outside linebacker, had contained there. Absolutely got his jersey yanked and not able to get upfield.
Justice Haynes goes in motion out of the backfield. Empty set for Alabama. Milroe back in the shotgun. They snap it back. We bring a lot of pressure. He avoids Miller on the run, fakes a pass, keeps the ball, hits the sideline, and down close to the 5-yard line before we push him out of bounds. I think maybe at the 4. We'll see where they finally mark it. Kristen Miller got a hand on him as he was starting his run, but couldn't get him to the turf, obviously, and he kept running. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 9, so it's going to be goal to go for Alabama on the Bulldog 9-yard line.
We brought the same blitz that we did just a second ago where we jumped offside, brought pressure into the A-gap, forced Alabama to squeeze. Alabama hasn't solved that, allowed Christian Miller just a little out of control as he got to Milroe. Milroe made a miss, and we're playing man behind it, so nobody on Milroe to make the tackle.
16-yard run by the Alabama quarterback. He's going to play fake and keep it, run to the right. Dan Jackson will wrap him up around the legs. He was trying to stiff arm, and we had one other guy, Starks, come in to get him on the turf inside the 5. Jackson got there first, and then Starks able to drive Milroe, the quarterback, out of bounds at the 3-yard line, but he got 6 just on that alone.
Yeah, just a read option there. Pretty simple read for Milroe. Sticks the ball in the belly of his running back, likes his look. We collapsed on the outside. Pretty easy read there for Jalen.
Ball's inside the 3, closer to the 2. Haynes in the backfield with Milroe for Alabama. Knocking on the door here. They hand it off to Haynes. He runs in there straight ahead, and they push him across the goal line for the first touchdown of the game. A check of flag back at the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's back at the 5.
False start. Offense. Not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
Well, even though Alabama is moving down the field a little bit sloppy, that's already the 3rd penalty in this series. So that'll back them up 5, take the points off the board, and put Alabama back at the 7.5. First and goal from the 7 for the Crimson Tide. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Now they bring a tight end tight from the left side. They snap it to Milroe. He's just going to take off and run it around the left edge. Easy waltz. He leaps across the goal line. Kicks that leg out way in front of his body as he jumped in the air, pranced across the goal line for the first score.
Design quarterback sweep. Alabama went empty. We had one linebacker in the middle, but nobody on the edge. Not sure if it was a blown assignment defensively. We got caught in a little bit of a stunt. Alabama pulled one of their big offensive linemen out, but there wasn't a white jersey in sight.
Their tight end blocked on the edge and crushed our linebacker inside, and then he had a lineman in front of him, and he didn't even need him. 6-0 Alabama. Now it's 7 with the point after. So Alabama goes 70 yards on their first drive. and puts the points on the board for the first time in the ball game. 10-11 to go in the first quarter. Kick will sail into the end zone, fielded by Evans, caught on the fly. He's going to run it out up the far sideline outside the numbers, up across the 20, and that's where the first contact is made, and was a pretty serious hit by Alabama. And they'll put the ball down, I think, right on the 20-yard line, as Evans ran it out about 3 yards deep out of the end zone, and Georgia will start 1st and 10 from its own 20.
You know, if Evans has got a chance to return any kind of kick, he's probably going to take it. Probably wants that one back.
All right, let's see if the Georgia offense can answer. Alabama with a 7-0 lead. Carson Beck, the quarterback. Trevor Etienne in the backfield. 4 receivers set. Snap it back to Beck. He throws to Lovett across the middle at the 35. Makes the catch, runs towards the Alabama sideline. They jam him up before he can get there, right around the 35-yard line. Stopped by Domani Jackson. But Lovett picks up 15 yards and a Scana Energy first down for the Bulldogs.
Dogs immediately this game. We haven't seen this so far starting the season, but go downfield quickly in the passing game. Alabama showed single safety, ran a safety way over the top, leaving the into a cover 2 look on one side, inverted 2 on the other side. Lovett able to beat the inside defender down the middle.
This time Beck will play fake and go deep. He's got one-on-one. Arian Smith gonna let it leak through his hands at the 18-yard line. It went right through his hands. He had a man beat. Beck put it right in his palms. Xavier Brown, the freshman, had man-to-man coverage with Arian Smith, and that ball was right on target, and Smith just dropped it.
Yeah, Brown got beat, got up, shaking his head, looking at Arian Smith like, I've got you. He didn't have him. We just dropped it, but a really good route there by Arian Smith. Kind of geared down at the top of his stem, and then separated. The ball was thrown perfectly, but right through the midst of number 11.
2nd and 10 Georgia on the Bulldogs 35. Throw it out to Etienne, a screen to the left. Etienne lost the football, came out at the end. Alabama says they have it. No indication yet from the officials. Well, they're saying he was down. It came out after contact. Georgia's going to keep possession of the football, and they unpile the stack and give Georgia the ball at the 39-yard line, so it's going to be a 4-yard gain. Etienne was sitting on his rump there in that pile with no football in his hands when it all ended, but now the officials, are they going to take a look at it?
Is a fumble by the offense, recovered by the offense. The previous play is under video review.
Daniel Gautreaux, the referee, says the play is under review. It's going to be brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes us stronger, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
We just took a look at the replay. Ball definitely came out. In the brief look that we had, it looked like a Georgia player was able to go in and get underneath it. Might have been Wilson that dove in. It wasn't Wilson. Fairchild looks like he dove in. The ball was directly underneath an Alabama defender. Fairchild able to just dive underneath and I think recover that football.
Well, they did say it was recovered by the offense. We're just trying to figure out who actually recovered it. And Z, I think you're right. We're looking at the replay now. Dylan Fairchild, the offensive lineman, is the guy that dove in there and cradled that ball for the Dogs. So the play is being reviewed, maybe to, I don't know what they're reviewing, the spot of the football, or to see if it was a catch, or
yeah, could be the spot of the football.
Field stands.
All right. So Georgia football at the Bulldogs' 39-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and 6 to go for the Dogs. 8:51 to go first quarter. Alabama with a 7-0 lead. This is Georgia's first series of the contest. Dogs huddle up. Now Jared Wilson up over the football. They put Bell out to the left. 3 receivers to the right for Carson Beck. And Cash Jones in the backfield. To Beck's left from our angle. He slides in motion to the left. Beck wants to throw a deep ball, one-on-one to the right side. And Lovett going to spin away from the defender, turn around and catch that ball. But flags are down at the 35-yard line. Devonta Smith was in coverage.
Pass interference, offense, number 6. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, remains third down.
So there you heard the call. It's pass interference on Georgia's receiver, Dominic Lovett, and that'll back up the Dogs 15 yards.
It looked worse in real time than it did on the replay, but Lovett's arm did extend. I thought it was a clear offensive pass interference in real time. Maybe a little bit, but on the replay, didn't look nearly as aggressive as it did.
Second penalty on Georgia here in their opening series. Alabama had 3 penalties on theirs, but they scored. Georgia now staring at 3rd and 21 from their own 24. Beck again, a deep ball, far sideline, and it is caught. A spinning over-the-shoulder catch. Colby Young, was he inbounds or no?
Now he caught that out of bounds. A lot of contact on that side of the field as well. Not the result that we wanted on this first offensive drive, but what you do like, the Dogs right now, very, very aggressive in controlling the line of scrimmage, at least in pass protection. Now turn it back over to the defense, see if we can get a quick stop and get that offense back on the field.
So the punt unit is out there for Georgia. The Dogs being very aggressive in the passing game on that first series. A lot of deep balls there, but now we have to punt it away. Thorson, high, long, hanging kick. And Alabama's Ryan Williams backing up, catches it inside the 20, and he'll slide down, trying to escape Georgia's punt coverage right around the 15 or the 16-yard line. Put his hand on the turf. I think a knee went down as well. They're going to spot it on the Alabama 16-yard line. Good punt by the Australian punter for the Dogs, Brett Thorson. 61 yards, a 2-yard return. And it's Alabama's football again when we come back. First quarter with 7:50 to go in the opening period. Alabama leads Georgia.
Under control, even in the secondary, be more under control, and that would be running out of control when you're after Milroe.
All right, Chuck, thanks very much. Alabama with the football on their own 16-yard line. Dogs 4 men up on the line of scrimmage. Man in motion to the near side. Snap it back to Milroe in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. And Alabama just cruising down the near sideline. Haynes just weaving in and out. Got to the corner easily up the sideline and all the way up to the 40-yard line. Justice Haynes, the sophomore from Buford, Georgia. Tackled by Raylan Wilson at the end of that play. That was just too easy. He was never impeded at all. And they push it across the 40 up to the 4. Well, now they're going to bring it back at the 39-yard line is where they'll finally put it down.
Bama refers to this offensive line as the juice squad because they bring the juice. That's what they want. And they did on that play. Pancaked a couple of Dogs.
23-yard gain. Now Milroe wants to throw. He will, and it's successful. He completes it to Ryan Williams, who shakes a man at the Georgia 48 and gets about 10, 12 more yards. Jonell Aguero makes the final stop, but Alabama's not having any problems against Georgia's defense here in this first quarter with 6:54 and the clock moving and already leading 7-0. They've pushed the ball down to the Georgia 40-yard line, and that was 21 more yards. Now they throw it again, and it's caught at the 35 by Kendrick Law. He's shedding tacklers down to the 20-yard line. 20 more yards. They're just biting off huge chunks now against the Georgia defense. Malachi Starks made the tackle for the Dogs.
Not what you want to see there. Dogs brought pressure, not able to gain an inch on this Alabama offensive line, left a couple of huge gaps in the Georgia secondary. And then what we talked about before the game, yards after catch, can't have it. Alabama sheds a tackler, another huge pickup. Bama right back in the red zone.
Officials spot the ball back on the Georgia 21. Alabama moving to our left. Georgia substitutes. Gets some fresh players in there. Michael Williams is one of them. And they will hand it to Justice Haynes, and he will bounce out to the right side outside the numbers. And Everett will come up from his corner spot and go low on Haynes and make the tackle at the Georgia 19-yard line. They finally held Alabama to 2 yards after just biting off 19, 20-yard chunks at a time.
Yeah, good tackle there by Everett as Haynes popped that outside again. Dogs unable to keep contained with their outside linebackers. Alabama just getting to the edge way too easy.
2nd and 8 for the Crimson Tide on the Dogs' 19. Milroe wants to run it to the near side. He's got blockers in front of him, but Georgia fights through, and the linebacker Chaz Chambliss gets Milroe around the waist and rides him to the turf, along with K.J. Bolden, a freshman from Buford. And they drag him down around the 16-yard line, a gain of 3 for the Alabama quarterback. Brings up 3rd down and 5 as we hit the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Alabama 7-0 and looking for more here. They're already in the red zone again.
Boy, just a student body left there from Alabama. Milroe had 3 blockers out in front of him.
3rd and 5 for the Tide. Miller goes out of motion, in motion to the right out of the backfield, and Milroe will throw it in his direction. Wow. Placed it perfectly, caught it in full stride at the 2, and sprinted right into the end zone for another Alabama touchdown.
Boy, they got the matchup that they wanted there. C.J. Allen in coverage, never turned around to locate the football. It was just a wheel route out of the backfield. Great play design. Caught the Dogs where they didn't want to be, and C.J. Allen chasing the entire time, and you can't throw the football any better than that.
And that was executed perfectly. Milroe put that ball right on the spot, and he caught it around the 2 or the 3 on the far sideline. That's where the ball was going. And Jam Miller just ran right under it and right into it, hit full stride right into the end zone for another score. Point after try by Graham Nicholson. The senior transfer from Miami of Ohio is up and good, and Alabama has a 2-touchdown lead on the Dogs. It's 14-0. 4:39 to go in the first quarter here in Tuscaloosa. Timeout. Our first half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured, you know who to call. There's only one call, 404. Call Ken. Back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger taco.
Far hash from our vantage point. Here's the kick, high and short. And Evans calls a fair catch as he moves to his left and catches it near the goal line pylon around the 1-yard line. So the fair catch will give the Bulldogs the football at the 25-yard line, and Georgia's offense will go back to work. We saw the Dogs come out aggressive. A lot of deep ball passes. We dropped one. We had an interference on another one. Just kind of shooting ourselves in the foot on that first series. We'll see how the Dogs do this go around. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Beck in the shotgun. Trevor Etienne in the backfield. We'll slide Lawson Lucky, the tight end, in motion from the near side. Beck rolls to his right, throws on the run, and incomplete. Dylan Bell at the 41. Left his feet and tried to catch it on a dive. It looked like a catchable ball, but Bell unable to hang on to it. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Dylan Bell on a corner route there. That was a delayed, designed rollout there by the Dogs, and we just flooded the right side of the zone, left side of the Alabama defensive zone there. Tried to hit Dylan Bell on a little intermediate corner route, just overthrew him a hair.
Got a tight end Lucky in the backfield this time. We hand it off to Trevor Etienne, running straight ahead and fighting for yardage. They had a handful of his jersey. He was able to pull away a little bit to his right and fall forward for maybe another yard after initial contact. The ball is going to be spotted on the Georgia 27, and it's a gain of only 2. It's 3rd down and 8.
Boy, we are super early in this football game, but you just feel the momentum all on the Crimson Tide side here. Dogs need to convert.
Cass Jones in the backfield with Beck as he goes to talk to his offensive line. Play clock at 8. He's back in the shotgun now. Snap it back. We pull a guard on the left side, throw an interception on the far side. Intercepted by Alabama at the Georgia 28. Damani Jackson returns it a handful of yards before we make the tackle, but Alabama's got the football. And let's see where they finally spot it. A lot of bodies on that far side of the field. Looks like in the vicinity of the 21 to the 22-yard line.
Well, surprised Alabama didn't get a celebration penalty there. It was a bubble screen on the outside. Just miscommunication as Carson Beck tried to change the play. Never got changed. So the bubble screen never took place. We threw it right to him.
First turnover of the year by Georgia. First interception thrown by Carson Beck. Alabama with the football now on the Georgia 22 and already leading at 14-0.
Don't be surprised if Alabama takes a shot at the end zone right now, and the roof is going to come off this place if they're successful.
Or if there was a roof.
If there was a roof.
Snap it to Milroe. He's going to throw it to the left, wide side with a blocker, and it's caught by Bernard in front of the Georgia bench. And let's see where they spot him. A lot of bodies, again, standing there. Can't see the sideline cleanly. And he was shoved into the boundary on this near side at the 17-yard line. So he picks up 5. And Alabama will have it 2nd and 5 now.
Boy, Alabama just continuing to pick up big chunks of yardage almost on every single play. 2nd and 5 here. You've got the entire playbook at your disposal.
Ball's on the near hash as Alabama moves to our left. Snap it back to Milroe. Play fake, want to keep it. Rolls around the right end. And he's down inside the 10. Did the ball come loose? I think it came loose after he'd already hit the ground. They spot Milroe down around the 6 or the 7.
Down by rule, first down.
Put him at the 7-yard line. And that's a 10-yard run, and it's goal to goal now for the Crimson Tide, and they're showing no signs of slowing down.
No, just another design quarterback run the entire way there. Dogs not even close to finding an answer.
This will be the 17th play of the quarter for Alabama. Georgia's run less than 10. Handoff on a sweep around the near side to Bernard. He just veers until he finds space, and then he heads into the end zone for the touchdown on a 7-yard run. He just ran almost all the way to the sideline and then found some running room and just turned it right down inside towards the end zone and scored running, standing up.
Yeah, Dogs got stuck inside again. Alabama easy outside of initial contain, and then a good block on the outside by Alabama on our defensive secondary. And Bama, again, walking into the end zone untouched.
7-yard touchdown run by Jeremy Bernard. And the point after try is on the way from Graham Nicholson. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's good. 21-0. Alabama leads first quarter with 2:21 to go in the opening period.
And the Alabama sideline, a lot of confidence. Fan base obviously into it, loving what they see. And Dogs with the fight of their life on their hands right now.
So Alabama turns that Georgia turnover into points quickly. 3 plays, 22 yards on the scoring drive in 1:25. 7-yard touchdown run by Bernard. Makes it 21-0 Alabama. That's the Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. Call Georgia Metals today. It's a roof for your Bulldogs discount. 21-0. And now Georgia's kicking return team will get back out on the field. Alabama will kick it off for the 3rd time. The 4th time in the quarter, because they kicked off the. No, we kicked off to start the game, right? It's the 3rd time. Yeah, we won the toss and then deferred. So this is their 3rd kickoff of the quarter. Talty boots it from right to left, and it's going to come down about a yard deep in the end zone. Evans wants to run it out to the 10, to the 15, 20, and that's where the pile knocks him to the turf as he runs into that mass of bodies at the 22-yard line. And Georgia will start in that vicinity, down 3 touchdowns. 21-0, 2:15 to go first quarter. Georgia football brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol.
Well, Dogs haven't tried to do much right now on the ground. We'll see if they want to try to slow this down a little bit. Just extended drive, keep their defense on the bench for a second. Let them figure it out.
Ball's on the 21. That's where Georgia starts. Handoff to Etienne, running straight ahead. There's a bit of a seam there. He's running right behind Truss, who got into the second level and was blocking for him. Etienne is going to be tackled at the 27-yard line. Fairchild, the guy that made the block for him. Truss is at right guard now. Freeling is at right tackle. And Fairchild is at left guard. Wilson's at center. Green at left tackle. Just a couple of adjustments on the offensive line. Here's another handoff to Etienne from Beck. This time Alabama plays it well, and they stop Etienne for a 1-yard loss back at the 26.
Another third down, this time at least his third and medium. The Dogs unable to move the chains on third down so far this afternoon. And this stadium is going bonkers.
Cash Jones in the backfield with Carson Beck. 3 receivers, 2 in tight to Beck's left and 1 to the right. Now we bring a man in motion and we have 2 to each side. Snap it back to Beck. Carson bouncing on the 13-yard line or so and throws it behind Lovett. Almost made a one-handed grab. There's a flag down right in that vicinity on the incomplete ball.
Pass interference. Offense,
Jeez.
number 4. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
Alabama dropped 8 there. That's offensive pass interference against the Dogs. Alabama dropped 8, only rushed 3. Had a spy actually on Carson Beck, but just couldn't get anybody open. Carson Beck couldn't find anybody. Finally gets the ball out of his hands super late. Ball way behind his intended receiver, and immediately Bama gets the ball back. They've got 52 seconds left the way they're going. They got plenty of time on the clock to get 28 in the first quarter.
That's the second offensive pass interference penalty
Alabama
in the quarter by Georgia, and that one was called on Oscar Delp. Alabama calls a time. And as Eric said, 52 seconds remain on the clock here in quarter number 1. All Alabama here in quarter number 1. In case you're just joining us, 191 total yards for the Crimson Tide. Georgia has 27. Alabama's thrown for 106. Georgia's thrown for 19. Alabama's rushed for 85. Georgia's rushed for 8. We've turned it over once with an interception, and Alabama turned that into points. They lead it 21-0. That's your first quarter recap presented by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, loans for land and farms. So the Dogs will have to punt it here on 4th and 4 from their own 27. Thorson in the game. There's the snap. It's good. Gets his kickoff. It's not good. Off the right side of his foot. Going to go high and wobbly and come down short. Bounces near the Alabama 40. Takes a bit of a Georgia roll, about 7 more yards, but it wasn't one of his finer kicks as Alabama brought pressure in there. It was a 41-yarder, though, with the bounce and roll and no return. Alabama has the ball back. Late first quarter, they already lead comfortably, 21-0, and they'll place the ball down on the Tide's 33-yard line.
Well, the Dogs have had no answer. Started the game pretty aggressive, mixing in a couple of different coverages, a little bit more mixed in cover 2 a little bit more on that last series, but none of it has worked so far.
From their own 33, Milroe in the shotgun. Snap, no pressure. He fires and hits his target, Ryan Williams, on the Georgia sideline. Right around the 40-yard line, pushed out of bounds by Dalen Everett, the junior cornerback from Norfolk, Virginia. And they put it on the 40. It's a pickup of 7. It's 2nd down and 3 for Alabama now.
Dogs in cover 3 that time. Just a quick out on the outside for Alabama. Easy pitch and catch, and another 2nd and short for the Tide.
Clock ticking at 15-14. They may just let it run out here in the first quarter. And it looks like that's what they will do, although they are huddling. But Alabama is moving into position to get ready to start the second quarter. And we will too. 15 minutes gone, and that 15 minutes belonged all to number 4 ranked Alabama.
Obviously, with getting this Alabama offense off the field.
No kidding. They're on their own 40 right now. 2nd down coming up. 2nd down and 3. Alabama will be moving to our right now from our vantage point here in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Snap it back to Milroe. He'll dump it over the middle and it's caught at the 45 by the tight end Dupree, and he's upended as he crosses midfield into Georgia territory, tackled by K.J. Bolden, who went low and flipped him up in the air at the Dogs' 45-yard line. But that's a 15-yard pickup for the Crimson Tide, and that's the way it's been going all night long. Just chunks of yards, explosive play after explosive play for Alabama's offense.
Dogs brought linebacker pressure there, played zone behind it, and didn't have anybody drop. May have been a blown assignment there on that defensive look, but we're bringing linebackers, playing zone, not matching up in man, and Milroe's picking us apart.
They're on the Dogs' 45. Milroe with an empty set here will lateral it back to the wide side of the field. They wanted a double pass, didn't get it, and that is Kendrick Law, who couldn't pull the trigger, and he has to dance around for yardage as Georgia pins him in on the sideline and will tackle him down at the 46-yard line of Georgia, so he's going to lose some yardage on the play of a yard.
Yeah, Alabama got a little cute there. Dogs not fooled by it, good discipline. Finally a positive play on the defensive side of the ball.
Law was looking downfield, looking, nothing was there, and then he just tried to get what he could, and it wasn't much. He lost a yard on that play. 2nd 11. Ball's on the Georgia 46. Alabama wants to run it. Here comes Miller chugging it this way and angles out of bounds around the 40. Smile Munden rides him out of bounds into the Georgia boundary. And let's see where they chased him out exactly. Looks like they're going to spot it around the 40-yard line. Yeah. So we got a little bit of that back, 6-yard run.
Yeah, Jam Miller able to get, for running back for Alabama, able to get again to the outside, and Dogs just not a white jersey in sight until you're 4 or 5 yards down the field.
3rd and 5 for the Tide. And here comes Miller again, running it straight ahead, and he got 5 to the 35.
Boy, even there, a little hard count. Every Georgia player looked like they jumped a little bit, then back on their heels, and then just on skates is this Bama offensive line just taking control of this game.
Their line is quite massive. 370 at left tackle, 325 and 310 at the guards, 324 at right tackle. The small one is 290, the veteran center, the transfer from Washington. They snap it to Milroe. Oh, my goodness, what a collision in the backfield. Milroe pulled it out of the belly of the back, kept it, and he's gone down the near sideline. He stiff arms the man and sprints into the end zone. 35 yards for a touchdown.
Boy, great play fake right there by Milroe. Everybody on the Georgia defense didn't think he had the football, and again, gets out to the edge, and then his speed and athleticism take over. This Georgia defense, this Georgia team doesn't know what's hit him. It's been a long time since the Dogs have been involved in a game like this.
Jalen Walker almost blew up that play. He imploded on the running back. His helmet popped off. He went down to a knee, but Milroe just pulled the ball out, kept it, and got to the sideline and sprinted 35 yards for the score. Here's Graham Nicholson for the point after. Snap, hold, kick, booms it up in there good. 28-0. Alabama rolling, no pun intended, over the Bulldogs. First half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured, you know who to call. There's only one call, that's all. 404, call Ken. Alabama with a 28-0 lead, second quarter on the Dogs. 12:24 to play before halftime. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
This football season, the
side at the 4. Here's Talty's kick coming down in the end zone, deep into the end zone, almost sailed over the back line, and Georgia will take the touchback and start at the 25. So you're down 4 scores, Z. You want to come out and you want to have a sense of urgency, but you also want to just try to run your offense and get into some kind of rhythm, right?
Yeah, you got to get in some kind of rhythm. Right now, I would put the football in the hands of my best player on offense, which is Carson Beck, and I would throw the football. We've handled the Alabama rush decently well right now. Alabama getting more aggressive, pressing on the corners.
Going to give it to ETN, and he's going to veer out to the left side for some running room there. He's upended by one of the Alabama defenders. That was Malachi Moore. The safety came up to go for his legs, sent him flying through the air, but ETN's run up to the 36 for a Scana Energy first down and 11-yard gain. Snap to Beck. Handoff again. Etienne breaks one tackle, grinds through some crimson jerseys to get to the 39-yard line for a gain of 4. Tim Smith, big defensive tackle, and Jackson, the cornerback, on the stop for Alabama.
Alabama right now on the outside with our receivers coming up and pressing. Really very little fear or concern about getting beat deep. They're playing very aggressive in the secondary.
Ball's on the 39 for the Bulldogs. Lovett goes in motion behind the quarterback. Beck will throw it to him in the right flat, and there's no blocking over there, and he's got 3-4 Crimson defenders that just eat his lunch, rip the ball out. The ball goes bouncing towards the sideline, but I think the whistle had already blown for forward progress being stopped.
On the field, as the runner's forward progress was stopped, it'll be third down.
Another play there, Scott. It was a bubble screen to the outside. Both of our receivers on the outside took off and ran go routes. 0 blocking there. So, again, just miscommunication. This Georgia team completely out of sync.
Now, Lovett was all alone. He lost 4 yards on the play, so now it's third down and 10 again. As Beck, chased in the pocket, steps up, wants to run. He's up across the 40, close to the first down marker as he's tackled at the 45, and his body will fall across the 45. I believe he's going to be short, however.
Great decision there by Carson to pull that down and run, and Dogs not even thinking about it. Got to go for it on fourth down. Got to find a way to move the chains and see if you can claw your way back into relevance in this football game.
Beck gains 9 on the scramble to the Bulldogs 45. It's 4th and a yard to go. Lawson, the linebacker, and Sabb, the safety, made the stop. So Georgia will go for it on fourth down 28-0. Snap it back to Beck, hand it off to Etienne, and quickly before the snap of the ball, Alabama calls a timeout. So no play. Georgia had already snapped it and was in motion. But the officials blow the whistle and blow the play dead on the Alabama timeout. Stops the clock here in the second quarter with 10:03 to play in the period, and Alabama with a 28-0 lead. Fans, Georgia football is brought to you in part by Modelo, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans. Drink responsibly.
Dogs may have caught a break there with that timeout from Alabama. They had a defensive lineman that just knifed right through our offensive line and blew that play up as well. I think if that would have kept going, not sure if we would have gotten the first down.
Offensive line is back to the starting 5 with Truss at tackle, Micah Morris at guard, and then Wilson at center, Fairchild at left guard, and Green at left tackle. So 4th and 1 for Bulldogs on their own 45-yard line. Moving to our left, they're on the far hash. Out of the pistol, Etienne behind Beck. Handoff, Travis makes one man miss, dives ahead for the first down, and more across the 50 into Alabama territory to the 48-yard line. Trevor Etienne.
Boy, great run right there. Alabama missed tackle in the backfield, and just a burst of speed by Trevor to break through the line of scrimmage for the nice pickup on fourth down.
Latham and Jackson on the stop by Alabama, but Etienne picks up the Scana Energy first down, and Georgia has possession at the Alabama 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Just on the other side of the big logo, middle of the field. Handed off to Branson Robinson now is checked in for the first time. The redshirt sophomore from Canton, Mississippi, gets his first carry, and he runs it straight down the hash to the 41-yard line, a gain of 7. Jahad Campbell, the leading tackler for Alabama, makes the stop there for the Crimson Tide. 2nd down and a long 3 to go for the Dogs from the Alabama 41-yard line.
The Dogs finding some success running right between the tackles.
Robinson stays in there to the right of Beck, who's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, tight end to the right. Beck will throw it to the left. It's caught by Dylan Bell and tackled quickly around the 33-yard line by Deshaun Jones, the cornerback, but it's another Scana Energy first down for the Bulldogs on the gain of 8 by Dylan Bell on the pass reception.
Quick slant there by Dylan Bell. That ball again behind Dylan Bell. Nice adjustment by him to make the catch and get the first down.
ETN back in the game in the backfield for Georgia. We snap it to Beck. He pump fakes. Now he throws it out to the right. And Lovett just dropped it right off his fingertips. It was right waist high. Easy catch. It just went right off his fingertips to the turf. Incomplete.
Carson got on the move again there a little bit. That ball a little bit, well, the replay a little bit behind him and outside. Still a catchable ball, but Carson Beck right now, eyes might be a little bit on this rush. Not as accurate as we're used to seeing him.
2nd and 10 Dogs on the Alabama 33. We trail 28-0. Out of the shotgun, Beck with ETN to his right. We snap it. Beck drops back, throws near sideline, and caught jumping up in the air is Arian Smith around the 15-yard line and out of bounds on the near sideline. Smith gives Georgia its first appearance into the Massey Ferguson red zone tonight.
Well, that football thrown well. Corner route by Arian Smith against cover 2. Nice throw just in the pocket of that 2-deep zone by Carson.
20-yard gain for the Dogs down to the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 Georgia on the Alabama 13. We got 3 tight ends, Lucky, Urosic, and Delp in the ball game, and ETN in the backfield. Fake it to ETN on the dive, hand it to Bell on the end around to the right. He's got blocking over there. He sweeps wide to the right outside the numbers and hit inside the 10 right around the 7 and knocked down by the safety Keon Sabb.
Well-designed football play there. Fake the inside zone run and hand it on the reverse with a couple of big linemen that pulled on that play out in front.
They got 5 on the wide sweeping run to the right. 2nd down and 5. Ball's on the Alabama 8 for Georgia. Trying to get on the board for the first time tonight. We trail 28-0. We shift ETN, hand it to him from the left side. Beck will hand it off, and Trevor will run it straight ahead right into the end zone for the touchdown. Nifty 8-yard run by Trevor Etienne, just kind of dabbing to his left and to his right, jab stepping, and right into the end zone running, standing up. And the Dogs are on the board finally with 6:43 to play in the second quarter. It's 28-6 with the point after pending.
Well, nice answer there by the
They're going
Dogs.
to go for 2, by
Dogs
the way.
have got their offense out on the field. They are indeed going for 2.
So the ball will be on the 3-yard line on the near hash. Cash Jones in the backfield with Beck. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Tight end, a wing to the right. Bring Lovett in motion. He returns motion to the right. Beck looking now, leaks out the right side, throws it to Cash Jones. He catches it at the 1, dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Now 2 penalty flags drop in the end zone after the play. And they're pointing in the direction of Georgia.
Pass interference, offense, number 11. 15-yard penalty from the try spot. We will retry the down.
And that's 3 offensive pass interference. That one was on Arian Smith. It was Cash Jones that caught the football. But the offensive pass interference called on Arian Smith for Georgia. That'll back them up 15. And now we'll send out Peyton Woodring for the point after try. We will not go for 2 from this far away from the end zone.
Boy, that is a terrible call. Arian Smith got held. His hands were up in the air trying to get away from the Alabama defender. You just can't make a call that bad.
Extra point try will be from the 26 with Beck holding. A 36-yard extra point try by Peyton Woodring. Bo Gardner to snap it. Snap back. Beck puts it down. Woodring kicks it right between the uprights. It's good. And Georgia on the board. It's 28-7. Second quarter with 6:43 to go. Our first half tonight presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured? You know who to call. There's only one. One call, 404. Call Ken. We're back to Alabama right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
The red zone. That last area of the field the dogs have to maneuver before they celebrate a touchdown. In financial planning, there's also a red zone. Those last few years of planning before you celebrate retirement. Just like the dogs have to execute their game plan, you need a game plan for retirement. At the Hoffman Financial Group, we start with a free Portfolio X-ray. It's a deep dive into your retirement accounts. What's working? What's not working? Are you headed for a big tax bill? Will you have enough income? What are your options for Social Security? We're here to help you tackle all the issues you face in retirement. Call the Hoffman Financial Group today for a free Portfolio X-ray. 770-758-6288. That's 770-758-6288. Or online at unleashyourmoney.com. The Hoffman Financial Group is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through the Hoffman Financial Group, Inc. Georgia Insurance License 163546.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that makes our state incredible. That's why we're leading real change in healthcare, dedicating ourselves to providing a quality patient experience through innovation, personalization, and teamwork. What does that mean for you? You get up-to-date treatment, collaborative care, and the best possible outcomes. To see more about our commitment to raising the standards of quality in Georgia, visit piedmont.org/quality care. Piedmont, real change lives here.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent, and I'm here with legendary Georgia Bulldog quarterback and radio host Buck Ballou.
Ken and I are teaming up to give back to the brave men and women of our military. Ken's going to donate $500 to one member of the military every Bulldog football game this season.
If you're a member of the military, go to attorneykennugent.com to enter.
And somebody's going to win $500 every game.
One click.
That's it.
Ken Nugent, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Eric Zier, Scott Howard back with you inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Georgia's touchdown brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. A 7-yard touchdown run by Trevor Etienne. That's his first Georgia touchdown for the Florida transfer. He had 14 scores in 2 years with the Gators and almost 1,500 yards rushing, but that's his first as a Bulldog, and the Dogs needed it in a big way here in the second quarter. The score now 28-7. Georgia's scoring drive covered 75 yards in 11 plays, 5 minutes and 41 seconds. And Etienne with the final 7 yards into the end zone for the score. That's the Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. Call Georgia Metals today and say roof, roof, roof for your Bulldogs discount. Pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Here's Woodring's kick. Going to sail high, end over end. Long hanging kick comes down in the end zone. Alabama will take the touchback and the football at their own 25-yard line. Let's go down to the sidelines. DJ Shockley is brought to you by attorney Ken Nugent. Call 404, call Ken, actually, for attorney Ken Nugent. Shock, what do you have?
Hey, fellas, hopefully we can start getting the calls our other way now. Kirby Smart spent the last 10 minutes of that whole entire commercial break on the referees hard about the PI penalties and explaining to them what's going on. So hopefully we don't get any more of those, because 3 is already crazy.
It is. You think they would understand what the offensive pass interference is or is not. The head coach wouldn't have to explain it to them. Alabama will throw to the tight end. He breaks away from a tackle at the 31 and churns upfield for more yardage to about the 46. Now flags coming in from behind the play. Dan Jackson and Dalen Everett on the stop as the big tight end Dupree ran through a tackle attempt by Malachi Starks.
Unnecessary roughness. Offense number 52. Hitting a player not actively participating in the play. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
I don't think I've heard that one before. If he's on the field, isn't he participating in the play? It was Tyler Booker, the left guard. Maybe it was more like a blindside block or something like that.
It had to be that.
Never heard that description before.
Because you're right. If you're on the field, you should be actively participating. At least I hope we are.
So Alabama's penalized
The Dogs catch a break there. Maybe what DJ just said got into the refs' ears. They're like, let me invent something.
Yes, invent. That might be the right word for it. Alabama back on their own 15-yard line now. Milroe forced out of the pocket. Oh, look out. He's off and running. He veers this way, changes directions to the 30 quickly, 35, 40. See what happens when you cover everybody?
Well, I tell you,
he just runs out almost all the way to midfield, see?
Yeah, Dogs did have everybody covered, brought a delayed blitz, but Milroe able to step up, and then just his speed outrunning Georgia defenders. We can't get to him.
To the 42-yard line of Alabama. That's where they say he stepped out of bounds on the Georgia sideline. Very healthy run of 26 yards on the scramble by Milroe. So it's 1st and 10 at the Alabama 42. Tide leading at 28-7. Play fake Milroe. He spins, sets up in the pocket, throws uncontested, long across the field and caught. Running into the Alabama sideline is Jeremy Bernard, the junior from Las Vegas, Nevada. He had a couple of steps on our defender, and he's out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Dan Jackson trying to keep up with him on the far side, and Milroe put it in a perfect spot again to the Georgia 43. A gain of 10 and a first down for Alabama.
Deep corner route there by Alabama. Dogs brought a delayed blitz on that play.
Milroe getting his guys in place on the offense. He sends Haynes out of the backfield to line up right where he's got three receivers. Quarterback draw now. Milroe pulls it down after the shotgun snap, runs it to the left, and he's going to be stopped short of the Georgia 40-yard line. Jalen Walker and Gabe Harris on that side of the field to make the tackle for the Georgia defense. Put the ball down at the 41-yard line. He got a couple.
Yeah, well, good job there by Walker and by Harris. That time Milroe trying to bounce that outside, but Walker and Harris able to contain him and get him on the ground. And he is a load to bring onto the ground.
He's a big man, 6'2" and 225. They snap it to him. He wants to throw this time in the pocket, throws it low. Did the receiver get his arms underneath it? I think they say he got the catch. That's Bernard at the 34-yard line. He went with his chest down on the turf. Alabama wants to go quickly. It's 3rd and a yard to go. And now the whistles blow. I think they may want to take a look at it in the replay booth.
Is a completed pass. The previous play is under video review.
Alabama was trying to get that offense up there and keep this game rolling, but the officials, led by referee Daniel Gotrove, stopped the play, and they will review it. The play under review is brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes a stronger, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So we've got a timeout with 3:55 to go in the first half. It's Alabama 28, Georgia 7. First half tonight presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. 404, call Ken. Back to Tuscaloosa after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hello, Dog fans. This is Trip Strickland with Georgia Metals, and we've been real busy in the offseason. Georgia Metals has expanded into 7 states. Chances are, wherever you are, we are too. So go to GeorgiaMetals.com and call a location near you and give our salesman a hearty roof for a discount on your next project.
It's college football season, so you need all the energy you can get. Luckily, Georgia Power knows a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Proud partner of Georgia football. Learn more at corepower.com.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Neil Pruitt, Chairman and CEO of Pruitt Health. We believe family makes us stronger. Pruitt Health has served families and communities throughout the Southeast for more than 50 years. If you're looking for skilled nursing, home health, or hospice care, count on our caregivers to provide the personalized plan your loved one needs. Learn more, visit PruittHealth.com. Pruitt Health is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
fans, just like how Georgia Bulldogs make scoring a touchdown look easy, Carvana makes selling your car super easy, and they'll even pay you on the spot. All you need to do is go to Carvana.com, enter your license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and bam, they'll give you a real offer for your car in seconds. That offer is good for 7 days. If you need to think about it, play by play. If you choose to accept the offer, Carvana will pay you on the spot. In between whistles, go to Carvana.com to get a real offer in seconds and sell your car today.
The officials reviewed that last play. They determined the pass was incomplete to Alabama, so the Crimson Tide will go back to the 41-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 8, Alabama from right there. Let's check the Modelo scoreboard. Modelo, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans. Drink responsibly. SMU 14-7 on Florida State in the second. Penn State 7-7 Illinois in the second. Oklahoma beat Auburn 27-21. Texas A&M over Arkansas 21-17. Braves and Royals tied at 1. They are in the 7th. Here it's 28-7. Alabama leads. Crimson Tide. Milroe with pressure. He steps up and escapes a one-arm tackle attempt in the pocket and then fires out to his right and completes the ball to Robbie Oots, one of their 4 tight ends that they play with regularity. And he's tackled by Jalen Walker and K.J. Bolden at the Bulldogs' 35-yard line.
Boy, nice job by K.J. Bolden coming up from his safety position there to help out on that tackle and keep Bama short of the 4th down. Bama keeping their offense on the field. You don't blame them the way they've been rolling right now.
Yeah, they got 6 on the play. They needed 8, so it's 4th and a couple for the Tide on the Georgia 35-yard line. Milroe wants the snap in the shotgun. And Alabama may be trying to lure Georgia offside, and they will call a timeout as the play clock ticks down. 3:05 remaining second quarter. Alabama calls timeout. Georgia didn't flinch. It'll be 4th and 2 for the Tide on the Georgia, closer to the 34 since it's across inside the 35-yard line. So call it the 34. With the Tide leading by 21 points. It's 28-7. Stay tuned for the Breda Pest Management halftime report with Neil Hondo Williamson. That's coming up in a few moments. The halftime report protected by Breda Pest Management. With Breda, you don't have to be afraid of bugs.
Well, Bama bringing, after the timeout, bringing their offense back onto the field. Got the play that they like. Still may try to draw us off sides here, but if the Dogs can find a way to get a stop here and then find a way after that stop to get points on the board, somehow we'll have found our way back into it, but let's get a stop here first.
They bring Bernard in motion from Milroe's left. He turns and hands it off to Miller. Miller at left tackle. He may be jammed up. Jam Miller got jammed himself, didn't make it. Georgia will take over on downs. They stopped Miller at the 35-yard line. He needed to get about 1.5 yards, maybe a full 2. He didn't get anything. We jam him up at the 35-yard line. It's the Dogs' ball going the other way.
Boy, great penetration there by George, I believe. Was it Christian Miller that got great penetration? Ingram Dawkins got in, delivered one of the initial blows.
I think Dan Jackson came up to get a piece of that as well. Georgia's defense stops Alabama at the Georgia 35-yard line. Dogs ball with 2:59 to go.
Yeah, plenty of time here. 3 timeouts left. And somehow, Dogs find a way to push this one into the end zone. We get the ball the start of the second half as well. Somehow fighting our way back into it potentially.
Go with an empty set for Beck. He fires it deep. It's intercepted. Didn't get to its target. Intercepted near midfield by Alabama's Jahad Campbell, the linebacker. He'll return it from around the 47-yard line down to the near sideline and tackled, where are they going to say they finally stopped him? Around the 25-yard line or so, it looks like.
Boy, I'm not even sure who Carson was throwing that to. Not sure if he just didn't see the defender, but there were 2 Alabama defenders right in that area. Alabama showed cover 3, ended up playing cover 3. He was trying to throw an inside skinny post, but that ball would have been dramatically underthrown Ended up being right to Campbell for Alabama.
Tide ball on the 25. Quick turn of events. After we stop them on 4th down, they get the ball right back on our second turnover of the half. They dump it off to C.J. Dupree, the senior linebacker, or senior tight end, excuse me. And he'll push himself and about 3 other Georgia bodies down to the 15-yard line. Dalen Everett, one of the guys in on the stop for Georgia. Now they finally put the ball down at the 12-yard line. Alabama's offense was ready to go, but the ball wasn't on the turf. So they've got it at the 12. It's a first down for the Crimson Tide. They'll run it here with Justice Haynes, the sophomore back from Buford. And Haynes is stopped at the 14-yard line. Lost 2 yards, maybe closer to 1. They put the ball down closer to the 13 now. A loss of about 1.5, call it. And we got a timeout for the 2-minute timeout to end the first half. 2-minute timeout here in Tuscaloosa. Alabama trying to take advantage of another Georgia turnover. They've got the ball on the Dogs' 13-yard line. So 2 minutes to play in the quarter and the half. Alabama leads at 28-7. Our first half tonight presented by attorney Ken Nugent's injured. You know who to call. There's only one. One call, 404-CALL-KEN. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
A well-executed game plan is always the key to a victory on the field, and it's the same when it comes to stopping people from dying in crashes caused by drunk drivers. When alcohol is part of the tailgate or any occasion, then the game plan always includes a ride with a sober driver. All drunk driving deaths are preventable, and choosing not to drink and drive saves lives, maybe even your own, and it'll avoid a costly DUI arrest. That's why the Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminds everyone to drive sober so they won't have to pull you over.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
It's football time, which turns Thursday and Sunday into the best days of the week. Well, they just got better, because now through October 27th, Keno has 30% higher payouts during bonus hours. Win $500, it becomes $650. That's like getting extra field goal points for scoring a touchdown. So play Keno online and anywhere Keno is sold and get 30% higher payouts during bonus hours. Thursdays 6 to 8 p.m. and Sundays 1 to 3 p.m. Only from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Back here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama leading Georgia 28-7. The Bulldogs had just stopped Alabama on a 4th down play, taken over possession, and then the Tide picked off Carson Beck for the second time tonight. They've got the ball on the Georgia 13-yard line with 2 minutes to go. As we take a look at our quarter recap, brought to you by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit Loans for Land and Farms. Georgia finally got on the board in the second quarter. Their only touchdown of the night, a 7-yard run by Trevor Etienne. Alabama still dominating on the stat sheet. 127 yards of offense in the second quarter only. Georgia with 75, and Alabama looking for more right here before we get to halftime. 2nd and 11 from the Georgia 13 for the Tide. Milroe in the shotgun. Haynes off to his left, offset a little bit behind his left shoulder. They snap it back to Milroe. He looks to the left, throws it, and it's intercepted by Georgia on the tip. Dan Jackson in and out of the hands of the tight end Dupree. He was trying to catch it waist high, spun around. The ball just popped right out of his arms.
Correction, an interception by the defense. Holding. Offense, number 57. The penalty is declined. First down, Georgia.
Dan Jackson caught the tip. Well, it wasn't really tipped. It was just dropped by the tight end. He caught the scoop for the interception. So Georgia gets the ball back, and they have it on. We have it on our own 5-yard line.
A little angle route and delay by the Alabama tight end. He catches it, trying to spin around. We actually had somebody come up and hit him. It was Smile Monday that came up and jarred the football loose as it was being juggled right into the waiting arms of Dan Jackson. Dogs catch a break.
1st and 10 on the 5 with 1:54 to go for the Dogs. 28-7. Alabama leads second quarter. We send in Etienne out of the backfield. Beck will throw. Oh, nearly picked off again. Lawson. Deontay Lawson got a hand on it. He was between him, the pass receiver that Georgia was trying to find, about 4 yards in front of the receiver, and Beck's ball hit Lawson in the hand. That was almost a 7 or 8 yard pick six. Would have been easy for Alabama, but Lawson didn't hang on. So it's 2nd and 10 on the incomplete ball.
Well, Carson not seeing the field real well right now, but as a quarterback, you have to have a short memory. Just put those behind you, stay inside the offense, and go execute.
Play clock down to 5. Beck in the shotgun. Snap it back. He's in the end zone. Wants to throw. Sets up. Deep ball down the middle, and he misses his target. He had Lovett breaking open around the Georgia 35. He'd gotten behind the defenders, but the ball was well short and incomplete.
Yeah, just a deep inside post down the middle of the field, and Carson short-armed that one. He's been short on a number of his throws today. No different there. Ball not coming out of his hand. Super clean at the moment. Needs to find an answer now.
Cash Jones in the game in the backfield. 1:45 to go, second quarter. Clock is stopped after that last incomplete pass. 3rd down and 10 for Georgia on our own 5. Snap it back to Beck. Alabama brings the house, and we just hang it up deep and throw it to nobody in particular. It lands incomplete at the 40-yard line, not near anybody.
Boy, I can't believe they didn't throw a flag there. We got jammed up on the outside. Couldn't get around the Alabama cornerback. No flag on the field, though.
I think Alabama brought about 8 guys. It seemed like that. Everybody came.
Yeah,
and Beck just had to get rid of it. Are they going to call grounding on Georgia?
There's no way.
They dropped the flag in the end zone.
There's no. We got held on the outside.
If that's grounding in the end zone, that'll be a safety.
Grounding. Offense, number 15. The result of the penalty is a safety.
Boy, that call amazes me. It is. We had a go route. We get jammed on the outside. Should have been pass interference on Alabama, and they dropped the flag as a safety.
Wow. So it's 30-7 now as Alabama picks up 2 on the safety on the intentional grounding call in the end zone on Carson Beck.
Well, the defense going to be put to the test again here, as well as Alabama's going to get the football back. Now it's just hold on for dear life.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to be the official freight partner of Georgia Athletics. 30-7. And Georgia will have to kick it away to Alabama with 1:39 to go.
Intentional grounding. Alabama has elected to decline the 10-second runoff. The clock will start when the ball is legally touched.
They'll send Peyton Woodring out to handle the kicking duty here on the free kick after the safety. We'll put the ball down on a tee at the 20-yard line.
This Alabama crowd loving what they're seeing right now, all into this football game, as you would imagine.
Woodring approaches the ball and jams his right foot into it. Kicks it towards the opposite side of the field. It's caught at the 18-yard line, and Alabama wants to return it. And here they go. There's a flag down behind the end of the play as the return is all the way out to the 50-yard line. And let's check the penalty.
Return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 8. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Alabama.
It's Cole Adams, a receiver, redshirt freshman, that was returning the kick. And now the penalty marker will march the ball back to the 25 for Alabama with 1:31 to go. So 91 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's Alabama 30, Georgia 7.
No timeouts for Alabama. Dogs still have all 3 of their timeouts.
Well, we scored our only touchdown in this quarter, but haven't been able to sustain any kind of momentum. We stopped them on 4th down, then turned the ball over on the next play, then got it back, and then end up with a penalty in the end zone that credits Alabama with a safety. Now Bama with the ball back again, 1:31 to play in the half. Milroe from the 25 will put it in the air, throws it wide open, tight end on the Georgia sideline at the 30. And that is Josh Cuevas, one of the tight ends, tackled by Smile Munden first, and then K.J. Bolden got a piece of that too up at the 40-yard line, a 15-yard gain and a first down. Alabama trying to work a 2-minute deal here. Dump it over the middle, caught at the 45 by Bernard. Bernard crossing towards the Georgia sideline, couldn't get there. We stop him with Dalen Everett, the cornerback, before he could get out of bounds. That was Kobe Prentice, not 5, it was 6. Alabama up and ready to go again. Dump it over the middle, caught again at the 49-yard line by Prentice again. Spin move, got away from the defender and picked up more yardage into Georgia territory at the 45. Raylan Wilson the stop.
Yeah, good job so far on this drive by Milroe, just staying patient, taking his check downs, moving the football down the field.
Going quickly from the Georgia 45. Milroe with pressure behind him, gets the ball off in time to a tight end at the Georgia 40. Shoved in the back, out of bounds by Everett is Cuevas again. And that'll stop the clock with 43 seconds and give everybody a chance to catch their breath as Alabama was moving in a hurry. Ball's on the Georgia 40.
Cuevas just a hitch on the outside. Whatever in the first pass he caught to start this drive, just the outlet. Dogs brought pressure there, unable to get to Milroe, but Milroe had enough time to get it down to his check down.
He got 4 yards on that play. They run a reverse and a flea flicker. They toss it back to Milroe. He throws it out to the left, and we eat it up back at the 50-yard line. Bernard got caught by one of our backs. That was Starks. Malachi Starks was reading it all the way, all that exchange of hands with the football that Alabama was doing, and Starks just rushed upfield and was able to get the Alabama ball carrier back at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Alabama now looking to slow it down a little bit. Might be a timeout on the field.
Yeah, the clock is stopped with 19 seconds left, and Alabama's looking at 3rd and 14 as they lost 8 yards on that, whatever they were trying to run, the flea flicker screen pass out to the left. Usually the flea flicker goes deep. I've never seen it go out to the left flat like that.
Well, Bama had a deep post that were running. We had a 2-deep safety over the top of it. Didn't bite on any of the trickery that was going on behind the line of scrimmage. So it was just the check down that Milroe ended up throwing. But again, dogs all over that as well.
The ball is down at the Georgia 48-yard line. That's where they've spotted it. And Alabama with the 3rd and 14 and 32 seconds coming up. Tied with no timeouts remaining in the half. Georgia showing with 2 timeouts remaining. Dogs defense moving around on the line of scrimmage. We've got 2 guys with their hand in the grass. And 3 linebackers up there as well. We bring 6. We pressure Milroe. He still gets the ball off. And it's broken up on the far sideline. Alabama pleading for a pass interference penalty at the 37, but to no avail. This time the flags stay in the pocket. It's incomplete to Bernard. broken up by Daniel Harris, Georgia cornerback from Miami.
Good play there by Daniel Harris, breaking on the deep comeback.
So it's 4th down now. 27 seconds left in the quarter as the clock stops on the incomplete pass. And Alabama, for the first time tonight, will use their punter, James Burnett, 6'6" and 236 from Melbourne, Australia.
See if the Dogs come after this.
Here's a flag dropped by the back judge. Going to be a delay of game.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Well, that's a minor detail for Mr. Burnett, who averages just over 46 yards a punt. Anthony Evans is the deep man back for Georgia. He's hovering between the 8 and the 9-yard line. Here's Burnett's kick. He'll angle it away from Evans a little bit. Anthony calls for the fair catch and then drops it. Did he fall on it? That's the question. He tried to fall on it. Now there's a tussle for the ball. He muffed the punt, called the fair catch, and I think he was able to fall back on it safely. He did.
Boy, you talk about that would have been devastating in a first half that is as close to devastating as you can get.
Yeah, we've already been punched in the face. We've got 2 black eyes. That would have knocked out a few teeth. 30-7. Alabama leads Georgia with 19 seconds to go. And Evans fell on his own fumble at the Georgia 8-yard line. 3 receivers spread out to the right. Ball's on the near hash. We're trying to move to the left. Beck in the shotgun with Etienne. Brings Smith in motion, line him up on the near side. Quick throw to Arian Smith. He's got a screen, makes the catch up to the 20-yard line as he was weaving behind blockers and would-be tacklers across the 20 to about the 21. Stop the clock temporarily. It's a first down for the Dogs.
Dogs still with a couple of timeouts left, deciding not to use it here.
Got 15 on that play. Here's Beck now from the 22. Snap it quickly, dump it over the middle. It's caught on a crossing route, and tiptoeing out of bounds is Colby Young into the Georgia sideline at the 35-yard line. 3 seconds to go. 13-yard gain for the Dogs. 3 seconds to play in the first half. Alabama has a 23-point lead on the Dogs.
Alabama has got a row of 5 defenders, about 20, 25 yards deep, and another row of 3 defenders, 20 yards behind that.
4 receivers in. We throw it to Arian Smith. Caught at the 35, Arian to the 40, to the 50, to the Alabama 45-40. And 2 tacklers in crimson jersey will bring him down around the Alabama 35, right in front of the Georgia sideline. Now a little bit of a scuffle going on at the end of the half. They're trying to clear the Alabama players off the Georgia bench area. And there's a little taunting from some of the Alabama players going on. Now they're trying to clear all them out and get them back to their side. And now there's a flag. Now a flag came out as Alabama's still jawing, and Georgia's coaches and their coaches are trying to separate everybody, but a flag came out at the end of all that garbage. So now they'll have to sort through that, and we'll see where that ends up. If we get an announcement from the referee, Daniel Gautreaux. Well, he turned his mic on for a second. Now here he goes with the announcement.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Alabama number 58. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the second half kickoff.
Miles McVay, a reserve offensive lineman, redshirt freshman from East St. Louis, getting his name in the official docket now with an unsportsmanlike penalty, and you heard it'll be tacked on to the kickoff to start the third quarter. All right, so both teams have gone to the locker rooms now as Alabama has a healthy lead in the first half, 30-7 in this top 5 matchup between number 2 and number 4, according to the AP poll. Let's go down to DJ Shockley on the field with Coach Kirby Smart.
Coach, you got to run the football, found something on it. That's something you can lean on in the second half?
Well, I don't know if we can score enough points running it, Shock. You know what I mean? You knew going into the game they were going to score. Certainly didn't think it'd be this way, but they...
I think we may have lost our signal with DJ on the field as Shock and the coach walk towards the tunnel for the Georgia locker room. We apologize for that. Halftime interview, what there was of it anyway, brought to you by Zaxby's. Zaxby's Famous Fingers and Sauces. All right, it's 30-7, halftime. Georgia trailing Alabama. The Breda Pest Management halftime show with Neil Hondo Williamson is next. We'll send it to Neil right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hunger affects every community in America, from children to seniors to hardworking families. So to help those struggling with food insecurity, our Kroger associates work together to rescue nutritious food that would otherwise go to waste. They then distribute it to local food banks in an effort to donate 3 billion meals to those in need by 2025. Because at Kroger, we believe that everyone deserves access to fresh food. Join the Kroger Zero Hunger Zero Waste Foundation to help defeat hunger and eliminate food waste. Visit zhcwf.org today.
They're not just the Bulldogs, they're your Bulldogs. Customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today and show your Bulldogs pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Bulldogs. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Copyright 2024. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Ask any dog fan, and they'll tell you, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. You know who else knows that? The team at the Hoffman Financial Group. They know that winning doesn't just happen. It's the result of having a good coach who draws up the right strategy and makes the necessary adjustments along the way. So think of the Hoffman Financial Group as your retirement defensive coordinator, protecting your lifetime of savings against inflation, market loss, and a pick six from greedy old Uncle Sam. With their complimentary portfolio x-ray, you'll find out what's working or what's not. Have a solid game plan for the second half of your life. Call the Hoffman Financial Group, 770-758-6288. That's 770-758-6288. Or online at unleashyourmoney.com. The Hoffman Financial Group is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through the Hoffman Financial Group, Inc. Georgia Insurance License 163546.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Halftime Report, protected by Breda Pest Management. Here's your host, Neil Hondo Williamson.
Oh yeah, it was brutal.
University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Back here for half number 2. Halftime winding down. We're in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Let's check in with Shock on the field. DJ is brought to you by attorney Ken Nugent. One call to Ken Nugent, 404-CALL-KEN. Shock, what do you have?
Hey, fellas, as you would assume, there was a lot of adjustments that were talked about in the half. Defense talking a lot of different things. Expect them to be more aggressive and more in the face of Alabama here in the second half. And Kirby talked about, he went back and said, I remember being in this place when Johnny Manziel was here, and we were down 34-10, thought he was going to bust the clock, and we end up coming back. So he said it can be done, but he wants to see who is willing to fight and who's going to play with pride and know that at the end of this ball game, we fought.
All right, Alabama kicks it off after the penalty to end the first half. They kick off from their own 20. It's fielded and returned by Anthony Evans all the way over the 40-yard line. So Georgia with terrific starting field position here to begin the third quarter. Evans returned it to the center judge is trying to push Georgia's offense back so he can spot the ball at the 41-yard line. So that's where Georgia will begin the second half. 1st and 10 on the 41.
Still plenty of time in this football game to do whatever you need to do, so no need to panic. But you do need to get Carson back into some kind of rhythm. It's been a long time since we've seen him struggle in a football game. He's a good enough player to get back into that rhythm quickly, though.
Tosses it to Etienne to the near side. Etienne with a stiff arm gets away from one man, can't get away from another, and he runs out of room anyway on the near sideline as he's tackled and tumbled out of bounds at the 41-yard line. A long run for no gain. Xavier Brown, the corner on the near side, the freshman from Santa Ana, California, makes the tackle. 2nd and 10 for the Dogs. You talk about Beck. First time in his career he's had a 2-interception game. He threw 2 picks in the first half. Dogs on our own 41. We go with an empty set. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Snap it back to Carson. Beck lobs one up for the far sideline, and he overthrows his man. The closer person to it was one of the Alabama defenders, and that was Brown and Smith. Brown was the closest guy to it, but he overthrew everybody. Dylan Bell was the intended target, but that ball sailed well over his head, about a good 7-10 yards.
Boy, again, miscommunication, though, from the Dogs. We've seen it all night. Dylan Bell at the top of his stem looked like he was running a hitch route. Carson Beck thought he was going to convert that into a fade. And Bama was playing quarters coverage, so sitting right at the break point, but Dogs just not on the same page.
With Cash Jones in the backfield, Beck will set up and tumble to the turf as Alabama blitzes and sacks him with Lawson. Beck just kind of ducked under the tackle, and he touches the ground back at the 30-yard line. A loss of 11 on the sack, and Georgia will have to punt it. And more the same to start the third quarter that we saw in the first half by both sides here. Great pressure by Alabama, Z, and not so good at handling it on the offensive side for Georgia.
Yeah, you're right, Scott. And just a simple linebacker blitz there. We didn't have it picked up. We don't throw it hot, having to hold on to the football. Results a sack and putting that defense back on the field and see if we can answer.
Long hang time for the punt by Brett Thorson, and Cole Adams will call for the fair catch for Alabama. 44-yard punt. That may have had 5 seconds of hang time. They don't return it. They do make the fair catch at the tied 26-yard line. Alabama's first touch of the second half. They lead Georgia 30-7. We're not quite 2 minutes into the third period here in Tuscaloosa tonight. Jalen Milroe had quite the first half, rushed for over 100 yards in the half. 1st and 10 at their own 26. Milroe, play fake. Now he'll keep it and run to the right. We're chasing him with Aguero and finally chase him out of bounds on the far side of the field at the 27-yard line.
A couple of spies on Milroe that time. Aguero, the primary one, in a good position there to limit the gain from Milroe.
They give him a yard on that run. 2nd down and 9. Milroe in the shotgun with one back offset to his left. Now they shift Haynes to the right side of the quarterback. Snap it back. Pump fake Milroe to the back in the flat. Going to keep it and run. He pulls it down, and he'll run straight up between the hash marks and dive down as he crosses the 30 at the 32-yard line. Dan Jackson, the senior safety from Gainesville, Georgia, with another stop for the Bulldog defense. But Milroe gets 5 more on that carry, and it's third and manageable, 3rd and 4 for the Crimson Tide on their own 32.
Dogs played 2-man under there, and again got caught with C.J. Allen, our middle linebacker, having to cover a back out of the backfield in a wheel route. Milroe just didn't see him, but had a shot if he wanted to take it.
Snap back to Milroe. Pressure from the edges. He backpedals, dumps it over the middle, and it's off the hands of Bernard, who was well covered, but Milroe got him the football, and it actually touched his hands. He just couldn't hang on to the ball, and he drops it incomplete, and Alabama will have to punt it away.
A good answer there from Georgia. Should get the ball back in relatively decent position again. Nice pressure there by Michael Williams and Jalen Walker to force that throw a little bit before Milroe wanted to let it come out of his hands.
Here's big James Burnett now to punt it away for Alabama. Anthony Evans is the deep man. Long, high, hanging spiral. Evans catches it at the 20, does not call for a fair catch, and he pays for it. They knocked him around from the left side and the right side. He was moving to his left laterally, trying to get away from Alabama pressure, but the coverage was too good, and Evans goes down practically in the spot where he caught it. In fact, he did. There was no return after a 48-yard punt by the Crimson Tide. We got a timeout in Tuscaloosa. 11:50 to go, third quarter. It's Crimson Tide 30, Georgia Bulldogs 7. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Visit oneffc.com to learn more. We're back to Tuscaloosa right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This is Coach Kirby Smart. There are people who talk about being elite, then there are people who work hard to be elite. They're the ones I want on my team, and that's what I want from my truck. That's why I drive a Ford F-150. Integrated technology, powerful performance, comfortable and stylish. The total package.
Take your game to the next level with a Ford F-150, the official truck of your Georgia Bulldogs. See your local Ford dealer today.
The dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cracked walls, wet basement, don't let a small problem become a catastrophe. Call ESOG. Neil Honda Williamson for Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Dial 678 ESOG now.
Dogs fans in Athens, we have two important rules. Support local business and cheer on the Georgia Bulldogs. This season, we would like to thank our official hometown team partners for their support of Georgia Athletics. Georgia Cotton Farmers, Longhorn Steakhouse in Athens, and CertaPro Painters of Athens. Learn more about how you can support these great local partners by finding the hometown team partners ad in the digital game program on GeorgiaDogs.com. Support our hometown team partners and you'll support the dogs.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Proud partner of Georgia football. Learn more at corepower.com.
Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, a reminder, the Governor's Office of Highway Safety says the penalty for getting a DUI can cost up to $10,000. That's why the Governor's Office of Highway Safety says drive sober so you won't get pulled over. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Bulldogs will start this possession on their own 20-yard line. Beck in the backfield with Lawson Lucky offset to his left, and Trevor Etienne right behind him. Etienne has Georgia's only score tonight, a 7-yard touchdown run in the first half. Play fake to Trevor. Beck rolls to his right, throws downfield, and in and out of the hands of Oscar Delp, the tight end at the 43. It looked like he was going to catch it with two hands as he was facing back, and then at the last second, one of the Alabama defenders came in and poked it out of his hands, and it will be an incomplete pass.
Boy, Carson had Oscar Delp running down the field. Again, Oscar had to stop for that football, and when he did, it allowed Alabama to close defensively and knock the football out.
Deshaun Jones is the guy who forced that incompletion. 2nd and 10 for the Dogs from their own 20. Beck out of the shotgun. Snap, quick throw. Screen pass to the near side to Lovett. He makes the grab and then is covered up at the 25-yard line, trying to curl inside and run behind his blocking, but Alabama jams it up after a 5-yard gain. Devonta Smith and Malachi Moore, the safety, on the stop for Alabama. They move it back to the 24-yard line, so only give him 4 yards on that. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Dogs. 30-7, Alabama in front, third quarter, with 11:10 to go. Snap it to Beck. He surveys, he looks, now he pulls it down and runs. 25, cross the field, 27, 28, 29. They yank him down shy of the 30. Didn't quite, he needed one more yard to get to the 30. And I think they're going to pull it back and put him down on the 29-yard line.
And the Dogs keeping their offense out on the field. Still a lot of time to go in this football game to line up on 4th down.
4th and a yard to go. Alabama jams up the middle. Hand it to Cash Jones at right tackle. He plows straight ahead towards the 30. He just needed to get to the 30. Cash is on the other side of the 30. And I think he got the first down. Yeah, he did.
Boy, barely by half a football.
Well, it's not easy. Scana Energy first down for the Dogs with that handoff to Cash Jones. So the Dogs get to play for another set of downs here. From their own 30-yard line on a 1-yard gain.
Boy, a lot of confusion with the Dogs here trying to get lined up.
Yeah, we send Urosic, the tight end, out wide to the left side along with ETN. Now Beck's going to pull it down and run, and he'll slide knees first around the 37 or 38-yard line before Alabama surrounds him.
Another good quick decision there by Carson. We went empty set. Pretty good coverage down the field, but just nobody in the middle of the field with us going empty.
They brought it back to the 36, gain of 6. Beck with a quick throw out to the left, caught by Lovett. He's got a block. Lovett 50, Lovett 40, Lovett 30, and tugged down from behind around the 30. That was close to being a horse collar tackle on the far side of the field, but there's no flag. And they rip off it down to the 28-yard line. Jihad Campbell, there is a flag.
Offense, number 5. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains second down.
I was looking on the wrong end of the field. I was looking at the tackle for a flag. There was none there, but back downfield at the 45-yard line, back the other way, there was the holding flag on Georgia.
Yeah, a little bubble screen on the outside. As Evans was going to throw the block, got called for the hold. As good call there. He had a hold of a Alabama defender's shoulder pad and jersey and just ripped that off.
Ball spotted back on the Dogs' 34-yard line. Second and 6 for Georgia. Approaching 9 minutes to go third quarter. It's 30-7, Alabama in front. Back in the backfield with Robinson, and our right side of our offensive line moved early.
Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
That's on Truss, the tackle. So back-to-back penalties on the Dogs.
Yeah, now second and forever against a defense that you've really struggled moving the football against. Don't have to get it all in one shot. You want to pick up about half of it here. Dogs obviously in a 4-down mode right now, even though we're early in the second half.
6 penalties tonight for Georgia. Handed off to Branson Robinson. He starts the drive towards right guard and then jab steps back the other way and then is just eaten up with not much of a gain at all at the right around the 30-yard line. May have gotten a yard. Yeah. That's what he got. Yeah. So third down now for the Dogs. 3rd and 9 from our 30.
Mike Bobo just trying to mix it up there. Everybody thinking that you're going to throw the football, see if you can get a cheap one on him.
Robinson out, Cash Jones in the backfield with Beck. 3 receivers to Carson's right. It's Smith and Evans and Lucky, the tight end. Quick throw to Evans. He makes the catch at the 30. Evans wrapped around. They spin him around. He's still upright at the 35. He's going to run for about 3-4 more yards till he's knocked out of bounds into the Georgia sideline around the 38 or 39. It's in the vicinity of the first down, but he didn't get it. Where are they going to spot the ball back? Looks like they're going to bring it back around the 37. Yeah, so it's 4th and 3. 4th and 3 with 7:25 to go in the third quarter, and the Dogs keep the offense out there. From our 37-yard line, down 23 points. Beck claps his hands. We snap it back. Carson looks right, now throws it left, and on a crossing route, it's caught at the 40-yard line. I think he's got the first down. Dominic Lovett, and then he lost his helmet.
Boy, good job by Lovett on that crossing route to catch that football and immediately get vertical to get the first down.
Yeah, he got up to the 41-yard line. He got 4 yards. Deontay Lawson, the linebacker, was right there with him and made the tackle. But Lovett does a nice job to get the first down. Has to come out of the game for a play after his helmet came off. That's a Scana Energy first down for Georgia. 6:50 to go, third quarter. Clock ticking. Trevor Etienne in the game in the backfield. Snap it to Beck. He's looking to throw. He will, and it's batted away by Alabama. Trying to go to Dylan Bell, but it was knocked away by Malachi Moore. Jumped in the air and got a hand on it to deflect the ball away from the target.
Boy, good play there by Malachi Moore. Trying to hit a deep in route. Malachi Moore from his safety position just getting deep into coverage. Good recognition. Pretty well thrown football right there. Just a better play.
Clock stops. 6:38 in the third with the incompleted pass. Second down and 10 Dogs. We're on our 41-yard line. Beck hands off. We run it with Etienne between the tackles. Etienne trying to pull away. They've got his leg at the 45. He was driving with the other leg, trying to pull away from the Alabama tackler, but Lawson and Smith have enough of him to stop him at the 45, make it the 46-yard line. And he got 5 yards on the carry. Third down and 5 now for Georgia on the 46.
Boy, Scott, it feels like we've had the football forever on this drive, and we're still not past the 50.
It's been one step forward, 2 penalties back. Let's see if we can keep it going here on third down. Wilson snaps it back to Beck. In the shotgun, goes deep ball, one-on-one coverage, and they fight all the way down the field and off the hands and incomplete around the 21. Dominic Lovett was the intended target. Devonta Smith, a junior from Cincinnati, was covering him. And Lovett got a hand on the ball but couldn't reel that one in. It was just kind of out of his reach.
Boy, and Kirby is hot right now, thinking that was pass interference.
Well, there was a lot of contact all the way down the field.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting held. Had one arm held and no flag. Unbelievable.
Alabama's got a player that's gone down in the secondary, dropped to the field. So an injury timeout as they check on him. And Kirby Smart's still talking to the side judge. He's getting an earful over here on this Georgia sideline. 5:53 to go, third quarter. Devonta Smith is the injured player for Alabama. It's 30-7 here in the third period. Timeout. Our second half is brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. We'll come back to Tuscaloosa right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's an ice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. Come on, move! You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
When choosing a natural gas provider, avoid trick plays like hidden fees and poor service. Stick to your game plan with Walton Gas. For over 2 decades, Walton Gas has offered great rates, straightforward plans, and exceptional service. Join the winning team with Walton Gas, where customers always come first. Ready to secure the victory? Call Walton Gas or visit waltongas.com to see why we're Georgia's most trusted natural gas provider. Go Dogs!
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that makes our state incredible. That's why we're leading real change in healthcare, dedicating ourselves to providing a quality patient experience through innovation, personalization, and teamwork. What does that mean for you? You get up-to-date treatment, collaborative care, and the best possible outcomes. To see more about our commitment to raising the standards of quality in Georgia, visit piedmont.org/quality care. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Make some money anytime. DigiGames are online.
DigiGames from the Georgia Lottery are online with over 50 fun games, plus your favorite draw games: Mega Millions, Powerball, Keno, Cash 3, Cash 4, Fantasy 5, and Cash Pop.
DigiGames, draw games, it's all online.
Win money on your phone, tablet, or laptop at PlayDigi.com. Play responsibly.
inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here in Tuscaloosa, being entertained during the timeout by a new Olympic sport, breakdancing.
Indeed we are. Yes, indeed we are.
And the result is about the same that we saw in the Olympics, if you actually saw it. Hey, when life gets real, start at Kohl's, where they've lowered prices on thousands of items your family needs for whatever life brings. Kohl's, where families come first. The injured Alabama player Smith was able to get to the sidelines under his own power for the most part. And Georgia with a 4th down and 5 from its own 46-yard line now. The Dogs huddle. Now they break the huddle. 30-7 is our score. Alabama leads. They've led all night. Carson Beck in the shotgun with Etienne off to his left. Wilson the snap. Hard count. Flags fly. Alabama jumped. We throw it. It's almost intercepted. Trying to go to Lawson Lucky at the Alabama 45. Campbell broke in front of the ball and batted it away, but flags all over the field as Alabama, I believe, will be called for offside, but the officials have to huddle, so that could be worrisome.
There are fouls on the play by each team. Holding, offense, number 55. Offsides, defense, number 23 in the neutral zone at the snap. The fouls will offset, remains 4th down.
Told you it was worrisome.
Yeah, it is worrisome anytime they huddle when you thought it was clearly offsides on.
Well, I didn't see Jared Wilson holding. I'm not saying he didn't, but
just the huddle was worrisome.
I wasn't expecting that flag. So they get to do it again, as you heard referee Daniel Gautreau explain. 4th down and 5 from the 46 for the Dogs. Snap it back to Beck. He drops back, he looks, and he throws, and it's incomplete. Cash Jones was the target at the... Now comes a late flag after the incomplete ball. Lawson, the linebacker, was on Cash Jones on the far side of the field. After the ball had skipped off the turf, the flag came out.
Pass interference. Defense, number 0. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. 1st down.
So pass interference on Deontay Lawson, the linebacker, and that's a Scana Energy 1st down via penalty for Georgia. We'll take it.
Yeah, good call there. Had a handful of jersey just yanking Cash Jones backwards.
Ball's now at the Alabama 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for Georgia right there. Beck ready for the snap. Gets it in the shotgun. Throws it deep, right side for Evans, and it's broken up inside the 15-yard line. Ended up being 2 men in coverage for Alabama. The safety Malachi Moore came over to help out the corner on that side.
Well, that ball just came out way too late. Carson had to shuffle and just slide to his right a little bit, but had his eyes on Evans almost the entire route. Easy read for the free safety from Alabama, able just to get over and make a play on that football.
2nd and 10 Dogs. Georgia with the ball on the Alabama 44, excuse me. Quick snap to Beck. Quick throw to Lovett. Makes the catch, makes a man miss at the 40, 35-30, near sideline. They're chasing and trying to get him out of bounds, and they finally do, but a nice play by Dominic Lovett. A quick pass and just let Lovett do what he does, and that's run after the catch. And he did that down inside the Alabama 20. They're in the Massey Ferguson red zone now after a Scana Energy 1st down. Xavier Brown was the guy that pushed Lovett out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Caught Alabama in a blitz there.
Snap it back to Beck. He's going for the end zone. We got it. Touchdown. Arian Smith just to the right of the goal post.
Well, there was nothing easy about that drive, but Dogs kept finding a way to extend the drive. 3 4th down conversions, 1 on a penalty. Get the big play to Lovett and quickly into the end zone. 5:06 left in the 3rd.
Dogs with their 2nd touchdown of the evening. And now they'll go for 2. Put the ball on the far hash on the 3. Dogs in white. Alabama in crimson. Georgia moving to our right. That's where they'll try the 2-point conversion to the end zone to our right. 30-13 is the score. Here comes the 2-point try. We bring Arian Smith, who just scored the touchdown, in motion to the right. Beck going to take it, roll the pocket to the right, look back across his body, and back of the end zone. Good. Caught by Lawson Lucky for the 2-point conversion.
Best ball Carson Beck has thrown all night. Able to throw that back into the middle of the field across his body. Good job by Lucky to get on the back edge of that end zone and create a little bit of separation.
Dogs get 8 on that trip. They've cut the lead, the deficit, Alabama's lead, in half. It's 30-15. Third quarter, 5:06 to play. Our second half is brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Come see the friendly Franklin folks at one of their convenient Georgia locations. Timeout here in Tuscaloosa. New score, Alabama 30, Dogs 15 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's nothing quite like Saturday between the hedges at Sanford Stadium. And as an official partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, the Hoffman Financial Group knows that in retirement, every day is Saturday. Whether your goal is to follow the Dogs to every game, home and away, or gather with your friends to watch at your own doghouse, the Hoffman Financial Group is here to help. We all have dreams of when we want to retire and all the fun things we want to do. But then, all the questions come up. Did I save enough? What if taxes go up? What if the market goes down? The Hoffman Financial Group can help answer those questions and more with a complimentary portfolio x-ray. Get your game plan for retirement started today. Call 770-758-6288. That's 770-758-6288. Or online at unleashyourmoney.com and set up your free portfolio x-ray. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through the Hoffman Financial Group, Inc. Georgia Insurance License 163546.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
They're not just the Bulldogs, they're your Bulldogs. Customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today and show your Bulldogs pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Bulldogs. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Copyright 2024. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of BMW performance without a single piston or cylinder. A generation of all-electric vehicles designed and built like no other. The BMW iX, i7, and i4 revolutionize every drive into a thrilling opportunity to feel the pure rush of BMW 100% electric. But isn't that what you'd expect from the ultimate electric driving machine?
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, 12-yard touchdown pass from Carson Beck to Arian Smith, brought to you by Engineered Solutions, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Z, you commented during that possession how long it was taking for Georgia to drive the football. It was a 15-play drive in 6:44, covered 80 yards, and it was culminated with that 12-yard touchdown pass to Arian Smith. That's the Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. And call Georgia Metals today and say roof, roof, roof for your Bulldogs discount. A Garth Brooks concert has broken out here in West Central Alabama. 30-15 is our score. Tied in front. They were up 28-0. Really, before Georgia could figure out what the heck was going on. Here's Woodring's kick from left to right, going to come down returnable at the 8. And Ryan Williams fields. He's up to the 20, spins out of a tackle there, and then he's knocked back in the other direction, right around the 20-yard line. They may give him forward progress, a shade across the 20. And the Dogs now try to play a little defense. Georgia football brought to you in part by your Atlanta area BMW centers. Now through September 30th, take advantage of exceptional offers on the all-electric BMW i4 and iX. For more details, visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics.
Dogs again, confusion with personnel on the field. Have to run somebody off late.
Alabama starts on its own 21-yard line. Milroe in the shotgun. Tosses it left to Jam Miller. Miller on an angle. Beats a tackle from Dan Jackson at the 20-yard line. Jackson just came flying in, tried to tackle him up high, but Miller able to shed that for another yard to the 21-yard line. So no gain on the play on that short toss to the left. Miller had to do that just to get back to the line of scrimmage. We also almost had him behind the line.
Yeah, good job there by Damon Wilson, just stretching that football play out that allowed Dan Jackson to come up from a safety position.
Two guys going in motion at the same time, one to the right, one to the left for Alabama. Now Milroe in the pocket, pump fake. Now he throws. Pass is caught at the 32 by Ryan Williams. The freshman, Dan Jackson, with an immediate tackle right there, but it's enough for the first down on the 11-yard gain. They give him another yard to the 33. It was a 12-yard pickup. Didn't think it was quite that far. Milroe now will go deep ball down the middle. He's got Ryan Williams running open. Ball batted up. Now Williams adjusts and makes the catch. Now he's still running at the 15, trying to break away from a tackle. And we finally get him down. Malachi Starks, one guy, and Jalen Walker, I think another, that were way down the field. Starks made the stop. But the ball bounced off the hands of Williams, and he kind of tipped it up high and then caught it with one hand himself. So he caught his own tip.
For an injured player.
Alabama with a big play, another big chunk play all the way down inside the Georgia 20, and the Dogs with a player shaken up, and I think it may be Jalen Walker that's slow to get up. He's being tended to now, so there's a stoppage in play for the injury.
Boy, what a catch there by Ryan Williams. Dogs in pretty good position there. That Jarrett Williams bats that football up to him and then has a presence of mind just to stay calm, pause, and pick up another handful of yards after the catch.
Similar to the Brock Bowers catch against Florida a few years ago, but that one didn't bounce off the helmet of the opposing player. It was just Williams kind of tapping it up to himself, spinning around, finding the ball, and catching it and still running for more yardage. Jalen Walker made the tackle, and he was the injured player for Georgia. And Starks was the guy in coverage for the Bulldogs. But Alabama all the way down to the Georgia 13-yard line as they picked up 54 big yards on that play. I'm not going to say he's 17 years old. Now Walker is up and walking towards the sideline. Georgia's got its defense huddled up out on the field, and Alabama was doing the same with their offense on the far side. 3:32 to go in the quarter, and a big 54-yard chunk just bitten off by the Alabama offense, and they've got it 1st and 10 on the Georgia 13. Out of the pistol, they shift out of that. Miller to the right now, whistles blow, and they don't start play just yet. One of the officials wants to talk to one of the other guys before they turn them loose here. Are they going to let them play now or no?
Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes, 32 seconds.
Oh, flashback to Kentucky. Please reset the game clock. Please reset the game clock. Well, the clock is running now. 3:25, 24. Milroe in the shotgun. Miller off to his right. He rides Miller, pulls it out of his belly and keeps it and runs to the right sideline where Dalen Everett and Michael Williams chase him into the boundary. Everett with the tackle there on Milroe. And a collision on the sideline at the 11.5-yard line.
Dogs doing a much better job here in this second half of not letting Milroe get outside.
They got less than 2 yards on that carry. Center Judge is still over the Alabama center. Won't turn him loose yet. Now he backs up into position. Alabama brings a man in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Milroe keeps it, runs to the right. We pursue it well. Malachi Starks with a nice open field tackle. Grab the left leg, the forward leg of Jalen Milroe, and pulls him right down on the turf at, looks like the 12, maybe the 13-yard line. So he lost some yardage on that play. They put it back on the 13. He lost 2. And now it's 3rd down for the Crimson Tide.
Boy, Malachi Starks shot up like out of a cannon from his safety position there to make the play on Milroe.
3rd and 10 Tide on the Georgia 13. Snap it to Milroe. He looks right all the way, throws it out in the right flat. It's caught by Haynes, and Jackson, the safety, up to make a hard hit. Good tackle again by the Dogs defense, just as Haynes is stopped at the 10-yard line. Haynes, the son of former Bulldog Veron Haynes.
Yeah, Haynes a wheel route out of the backfield, covered there. We've been stuck with getting linebackers on these Alabama running backs coming out of the backfield. Not that time. We make an adjustment, get Dan Jackson manned up on him.
They got 3 yards. It brings up 4th and 7, and Alabama will go for a field goal try here with last year's Groza Award winner, Graham Nicholson. This will be a short kick of about 27, 28 yards, and it's right in the middle of the field, and the kick is up and good for Graham Nicholson, who had missed his only opportunity earlier this year. They don't kick a lot of field goals, as we have witnessed tonight, but he does kick one there, and it's good to make it 33-15 Alabama.
Well, Dogs likely have to score on every possession that we've got here between now and the end of the game, unless we can get some quick strikes. But boy, this Alabama defense has been playing. They've taken away explosive plays. Even when we've had them, we haven't been able to connect, so we've had to grind our way to the 15 points that we've got.
Alabama's field goal scoring drive covered 69 yards in 7 plays in 3 minutes and 37 seconds. 28-yard field goal by Nicholson makes it 33-15. That's the Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. Call Georgia Metals today. Say roof, roof, roof for your Bulldogs discount. Tide will kick it off with Connor Talty, the redshirt freshman, from right to left. Angling it to the far side of the field. Anthony Evans rushes over to the 5, calls for a fair catch there, and the Dogs will have the ball at the 25-yard line. Nearing the end of quarter number 3, let's take a look at the recap, brought to you by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, loans for land and farms. We'll look at total numbers: 430 yards of offense for Alabama, 227 for the Dogs. The Tide have passed for 268. Georgia's thrown for 166. They've outrushed the Dogs as well, 162-61. The Dogs have had a couple of turnovers. Both of those came in the first half. 2 interceptions thrown by Carson Beck. He has a touchdown throw as well, and 166 yards passing. Looking for more here from the 25. He'll put it up far sideline, and the pass is broken up at the Georgia 45. Damani Jackson, the cornerback, broke it away from Dylan Bell, and it's an incomplete ball. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs with 1:17 to go.
Yeah, super tight coverage there. Again, maybe some contact before the football got there. Carson tried to go back shoulder to Dylan Bell.
Hondo said he had a fistful of his front jersey or up around the collar, but no flag. Handoff Etienne, trying to pick his way between the tackles, running straight up the hash. And from the 25, he'll get 4 almost to the 29. Stop made by Lawson, the linebacker for the Crimson Tide.
Dogs again, 3rd and long here. 2-down territory, as we have seen, as the Dogs just made a decision early in the second half that if it takes 4, we're going to use them.
Beck in the shotgun, Cash Jones to his left. We slide Delp into the slot on the left side. Beck with time, throws a wobbly pass over the middle, but it's caught going to the ground. Arian Smith at the 37-yard line, a gain of 8, the first down for the Bulldogs.
Dig route there by Arian Smith. The Dogs have had a little bit of success in the middle of this Alabama secondary. We've been stymied when we try to go outside.
Snap to Beck, fakes the pitch to the left to Cash, throws a deep ball. Open is Delp, and spinning around trying to get 2 hands on it, off his hands and incomplete at the Alabama 38-yard line on the far side of the field. That was right there on the spot, but Oscar tried to twist and catch it all in one motion, and couldn't get his hands around the football.
Well, we had him. Carson had to go back shoulder. You had the safety coming from Alabama over the top, so put that football where he needed to. Oscar just unable to get his body turned and haul that one in.
2nd and 10, Dogs. We're on our own 37-yard line. Wilson ready to snap it. He fires it back to Beck in the shotgun. Play fake to Etienne. Throws it out to the near side to Dylan Bell. He comes back to the ball, makes the grab at the Georgia 44-yard line, and then Alabama makes the stop with Brown pushing him back closer to the 40, but forward progress will spot the ball, I think, just shy of the 44, maybe at the 43-yard line, and that's going to be the last play of the quarter, and we've got 15 minutes to go. So last play of quarter number 3 goes in Georgia's favor. They have the ball and ready to start the final 15 minutes. We've got a timeout. Alabama leads Georgia 33-15. Second half brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Fourth quarter coming up when we come back on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Creature Comforts Brewing Company is the official craft beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. These two Athens institutions have joined forces to connect quality beer with the passion and pageantry of the UGA faithful. Whether it's Georgia's favorite craft beer, Tropicalia IPA, the award-winning Classic City Lager, or their new Sip 'em Seltzer, Creature Comforts has you covered on game day and every day. And if you're visiting the Classic City on game day, Creature Comforts beers are available at Sanford Stadium and anywhere good cold beer is served. 2 brands, 1 town, 1 team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. 21 and over. Champions drink responsibly.
Hello, I'm Neil Pruitt, Chairman and CEO of Pruitt Health. Our Georgia Bulldogs have shown us what happens when a great team pulls together. At Pruitt Health, our team helps you recover from surgery or a major health event. Nurses, therapists, a whole team dedicated to giving people the personalized care they need. Come join the Pruitt Health team. Email hireme@pruitthealth.com. That's hireme@pruitthealth.com. Pruitt Health is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Hi, I'm Carson Beck, quarterback for Georgia. There's a lot of chatter about the top teams in college football. I mean, we rushed for over 2,800 yards and sacked our opponents 30 times for a loss of over 200 yards. Just saying. Like there's chatter about the top credit unions in Georgia, there's no doubt in my mind that the top credit union is Associated Credit Union, my credit union of choice. To learn how ACU can help you reach the top, visit acuonline.org. Associated Credit Union, where anyone in Georgia can live, bank, and grow.
Hey, Ben, I'm really excited about going to Sanford Stadium to see the Dogs play this Saturday. Did you pick up the tickets?
Hey, Cab, the tickets were all sold out.
Ben, did you just tell me the biggest Dogs game of the year is sold out to the avocados from Mexico jingle?
Sure did. You know they're always good, taste good, and are good for you.
You know, we could just get a bunch of avocados, make delicious guacamole, and watch the game on the big screen at home. It's good. Dogs, sick 'em.
Avocados from Mexico.
15 minutes to play here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The home team leading the Dogs 33-15 as we welcome you back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. And let's take a look at the Modelo scoreboard. Modelo, a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans. Drink responsibly. Some finals around the SEC today. Kentucky 20-17 upsets Ole Miss. Texas A&M 21-17 defeats Arkansas. That game in Arlington, Texas. Auburn falls at home to Oklahoma. The Sooners win it 27-21. SMU, games in progress, leads Florida State 28-9 in the third. Penn State 14-7 over Illinois. They are in the fourth. Braves get a walk-off homer from Travis d'Arnaud to clip the Royals 2-1. So now the Braves have a half-game lead over the Mets, who lost tonight in that race for the final wild card spot in the National League. Here it's 33-15 with 15 minutes to play. Dogs have the football. 3rd and 5 from our own 42-yard line. Dogs moving from right to left now. Toss it to Etienne. Runs to the left. Fights off one man. Tries to fight off another. Can't do it. Etienne dropped inside the 40-yard line by Alabama's linebacker, Deontay Lawson. And they'll spot him at the 41.
Dogs try to go tall sweep there on 3rd down. Again, knowing it's going to be 4-down territory. Just nowhere for Etienne to go on that one.
He lost a yard, so it's 4th and 6 from the 41 now. Beck has two receivers out to his right, one to his left. The tight end, Oscar Delp, is in tight to the right as well. ETN in the backfield with Beck, who's in the shotgun. Wilson fires it back on the shotgun snap. Beck with a quick throw and caught going to the ground in Alabama territory for the first down is Dylan Bell.
Boy, another quick slant there by Dylan Bell. Great ball placement on that one by Carson Beck. And Dogs somehow find another way to convert on fourth down.
12 yards to the Alabama 47. Brown on the stop for the Crimson Tide. 1st and 10 Georgia. Moving into Alabama territory. Now Beck forced out of the pocket. Pump fakes and runs to the right. He's not faster than the Alabama defense. They'll drop in Russo, the sack. And a fumble as well. The ball came out on the sack, and Latham recovered it for Alabama. A strip sack by Quay Russo. Ball loose. Alabama jumped on it. 3rd turnover of the night by Georgia, and that ends any kind of hope for the Bulldogs on that possession. With 13:43 to go, the Bulldogs have given up the football for the 3rd time tonight, and Alabama will have it 1st and 10 at the Georgia 47.
Boy, and that one is tough, too. You get outside of the pocket, you just got to throw that football away. Carson trying to make something out of nothing there and just gets the ball tipped out of his hand when he's trying to run.
Yeah, Russo, as we look at the replay, came in and hit the bottom point of the football to knock it loose. Alabama will go to the running game here with Justice Haynes running straight ahead between the tackles. And Smile Munden will make the stop for the Georgia defense at the 42. It's a 5-yard pickup for Alabama, 2nd and 5. Flip-flop the tight end right to left. Milroe in the shotgun. Haynes off to his right. Milroe takes a brief second to look to the sideline.
Yeah, Alabama in no hurry here.
No, want to work some clock as well. Probably keep the ball on the ground as much as possible. Milroe will keep it and run behind blocking as he angles to the right towards the Georgia sideline. But Dogs defense able to fight through that. C.J. Allen, the Barnesville, Georgia linebacker, fights through blockers to make the stop of Milroe at the 41. It's a 1-yard gain for the Tide. It's 3rd and 4 now as the clock moves under 12:45. Dogs trail 33-15 here in the 4th quarter. Alabama scored the first 28 points of the game. Milroe shotgun, gesturing for a man to come in motion. He stops in the slot on the right side. Dogs defense moves early. We bring pressure. They lob it to Haynes on a screen that wasn't quite set up properly, and Haynes made the catch, but he had no blocking in front of him, and Georgia eats it alive at the Bulldogs' 42-yard line. Warren Brinson, who was back tonight for the first time in a while, the senior lineman from Savannah, makes the stop at the 42. Lost a yard on that play, so Alabama can do nothing with that Georgia turnover.
Almost looked like that football was snapped before the Alabama offensive line thought it was going to be snapped. So they were just standing still as the screen was trying to develop, but none of the blockers got out to provide any kind of protection.
James Burnip on to punt it away for Alabama. Anthony Evans back on the 8-yard line. Here comes the punt. It will sail over Evans' head and check up at the 4-yard line. Alabama's gunners fell down trying to catch the bouncing ball, and it kicks into the end zone for a touchback. A break for the Dogs as Evans let it bounce inside the 10, which used to be what you were told to do. Stand on the 10. If a ball goes over your head, you take your chances. That time it worked out for the Dogs as they'll get the touchback and the ball back on the 20-yard line. So Georgia has it when we come back. 11:32 to go in the game. 33-15. Alabama leads the Dogs. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Visit oneffc.com to learn more. We'll return to Alabama right after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
It's college football season, so you need all the energy you can get. Luckily, Georgia Power knows a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Get $2,000 in loyalty cash bonus on a new Toyota Tundra. Offer valid through September 30th, 2024. Offer entitles current Tundra customers to $2,000 loyalty cash bonus on the retail purchase or lease of a new Tundra gas or hybrid vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward a down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Bulldog fans, Georgia football is brought to you in part by Modelo, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial, brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans. Drink responsibly. Dogs, after the touchback, start at their own 20-yard line. Alabama jumped out to a 28-0 lead. But since then, you said they've kind of geared it down. They gave the ball up on downs. Then they went 3 and out. Then they got a safety on a Georgia offensive penalty in the end zone, had a punt, another 3 and out, got a field goal, and then another 3 and out. So not exactly lighting it up as they did on their first 4 possessions. Here's Beck, will throw from the 20 and broken up at midfield at the 50-yard line, trying to go to Dylan Bell in man-to-man coverage. And Alabama, Jalen Mbakwe, the freshman from Clay, Alabama, able to break it up right on the midfield logo.
Yeah, just covered about as perfect as you can cover that on that play. Georgia trying to go deep, skinny post against cover 3.
3 receivers will head out to the right for Carson Beck. We've got Young and Lovett, and now we'll bring Arian Smith in motion to the left side. Etienne's in the backfield. We work out of the shotgun on 2nd and 10 from our 20. Beck backpedaling, now chased out of the pocket, scrambles to his left and rolls and throws. Etienne makes the grab at the 25, and right on the Georgia sideline, near side of the field. Etienne forced out of bounds by Deshaun Jones at the 27-yard line. He got 7. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for Georgia.
Bama right now just trying to keep the football in front of their defenders, make Georgia eat up clock and drive the field if they can.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Etienne stays in the backfield to Beck's left. Carson in the shotgun. Wilson snaps it back. He looks right, throws it towards the sideline. A lot of hand fighting over there. Double coverage as it ended up trying to go to Lovett, Dominic Lovett, and the ball ended up being incomplete at the Alabama 45-yard line. And again, there was a lot of hand contact between Alabama and Georgia on that far side. No flags on the play.
It's about the 5th or 6th.
Red Morgan was in coverage.
Sorry, Scott. That's about the 5th or 6th time the Dogs have tried to throw that fade route from an inside slot receiver. We completed it early in the game where we had the offensive pass interference. Outside of that, Alabama's hemmed it up.
4th and 3 for the Dogs from the 27. Beck wants the ball. Snap it back to him. In the pocket, he throws. Incomplete. Here comes a flag. Incomplete at the 35-yard line. Flag came in from the side judge in the Alabama secondary. Keon Sabb was in coverage for Alabama. Let's check the call.
Holding. Defense, number 34. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st down.
Break for Georgia, trying to go to Lawson Lucky, the tight end. Q Robinson, the senior linebacker, is called for the hold there. And that gives Georgia a first down and moves the ball up to our 37-yard line.
Boy, Dogs receivers right now just not able to find any kind of separation at all. Everything is into a tight window.
Clock at 10:35 here in the fourth quarter. Alabama 33, Georgia 15. 3 receivers to the short side of the field left and 1 to the right for Beck. Takes the snap, drops back, throws. Caught in Alabama territory. Anthony Evans, two-handed catch at the 42 and then hit immediately right there on the spot by Sabb, the safety. But the Dogs go quickly. They spot the ball on the 43. So we got 20 yards on the play, and Georgia goes quickly. Beck to throw, going for the far sideline. They tug on the defender, Colby Young, but he jumps and catches it anyway. The Miami transfer down inside the 10-yard line before they stop it.
Boy, great job there by Colby Young. Little back shoulder fade route. He's able to use that big body, create a little bit of separation. And Dogs, 2 plays in a row of explosives.
Dogs down to the 8 of Alabama inside the Massey-Ferguson red zone. We throw it in the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Lawson Lucky. He fell down after he spun. He caught it. He spun around, fell down on the turf, but it's 6 for the Dogs.
Boy, great release there by Lawson Lucky. Just a quick, skinny post in the red zone. Got immediate separation there. And nice ball by Carson Beck, and Dogs somehow hanging on.
Second touchdown of the year for the Georgia tight end Lucky. That makes it 33-21 with 9:46 to go, and we'll go for 2. Try to make it a 10-point game after being down 28-0. Bell is out wide to the right. Lovett's in the slot. Cash Jones in the backfield, and Arian Smith in tight left. We go to Arian Smith. The ball is batted away as Beck's pass to the left to Arian Smith was knocked away by Sabb, the safety. Incomplete. The 2-point try fails, and our score remains 33-21. Timeout here in Tuscaloosa. Our second half brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Dogs score again, trail by a dozen here in the fourth quarter on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Let's go. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for Athens. The Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big Go Dogs, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Bulldogs pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent, and I'm here with legendary Georgia Bulldog quarterback and radio host Buck Ballou.
Ken and I are teaming up to give back to the brave men and women of our military. Ken's going to donate $500 to one member of the military every Bulldog football game this season.
If you're a member of the military, go to attorneykennugent.com to enter.
And somebody's going to win $500 every game.
One click.
That's it.
Ken Nugent, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Attention Georgia Bulldogs football fans. Napa is here to help you hit the road this season. As a proud partner of University of Georgia football, Napa helps you tackle tough projects. With a network of nearly 6,000 auto parts stores and over 17,000 auto care centers nationwide. So whenever your mean machine is coming down the track, know that the Napa network has your back.
Hey, Ben, I'm really excited about going to Sanford Stadium to see the Dogs play this Saturday. Did you pick up the tickets?
Hey, Cab, the tickets were all sold out.
Ben, did you just tell me the biggest Dogs game of the year is sold out to the avocados from Mexico jingle?
Sure did. You know they're always good, taste good, and are good for you.
You know, we could just get a bunch of avocados, make delicious guacamole, and watch the game on the big screen at home. It's good. Dogs, sick 'em.
Avocados from Mexico.
With the inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. At 8-yard touchdown pass from Carson Beck to Lawson Lucky. Another Georgia touchdown brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. The drive covered 80 yards in 6 plays. quick drive for the Dogs in 1:46. A couple of the key plays, a 34-yard pass play to Colby Young and a 21-yard gain to Anthony Evans helped the Dogs drive down the field, score that touchdown. So 6 plays, 80 yards in a minute 46. That's the Georgia Metals drive summary from a doghouse to a dog's house. Georgia Metals has got you covered. Call Georgia Metals today. Say roof, roof, roof for your Bulldogs discount. Georgia will kick it away with Peyton Woodring kicking to our left. Alabama's lead is 12 now, 33-21. The Dogs failed to convert on the 2-point try. Ryan Williams is the deep man, the freshman receiver back for Alabama. He stands on his own 1. Woodring's kick, high and end over end, going to come down at the 5, and Alabama will fair catch it and take a knee right there on the 5-yard line. Cole Adams receiving the football, and the Tide will have it at their own 25-yard line.
Well, Alabama on their last offensive series very close to the vest. That strategy may change a little bit with the quick score from the Dogs.
Yeah, they may want to look for a better balance of clock management and still being productive trying to move the football because there's a lot of time left, 9:46. Milroe back in the shotgun. They snap it back. He pump fakes. He throws well protected, and he misses his target, the tight end, around the 40-yard line. Dupree, who goes tumbling out of bounds after the ball sails by him, incomplete.
Boy, good coverage there by the Georgia secondary. Milroe had all day to throw the football, but Starks and Everett in coverage there.
2nd and 10, Alabama on the 25. Milroe claps his hands. Center doesn't snap it. He looks to the sidelines. Jam Miller in the backfield with Milroe, the quarterback. Taking their time, although the clock's not yet moving at 9:39 after that last incompletion. Milroe wants to run it. Just a quarterback run. He'll run to the sideline, and he runs out of bounds as Georgia chases him there with K.J. Bolden. So they'll stop the clock again at 9:32. And up to the 29-yard line. He got 4 yards.
Design quarterback run all the way. On that one, just a quarterback draw, but Dogs, good job of diagnosing it. Nice job by K.J. Bolden coming up and forcing Milroe out of bounds. Huge 3rd down.
Clock begins to move when they set the ball ready for play. Alabama will snap it to Milroe in the shotgun. Pressure from the edges. Pocket being squeezed. He gets the ball off and finds his target. Cole Adams sliding to the turf, uncovered right there at the 45-yard line. They'll bring it back at the 44. And the gain is 15 and a 1st down for the Crimson Tide. A big play for the Alabama offense. They get a new set of downs.
Boy, huge 1st down there by Alabama. That ball thrown a little bit low, a little bit behind the intended receiver, but nice sliding catch.
8:39, 8:38. Clock moving here, 4th quarter. Alabama has been in front all night long. They lead at 33-21 right now. They run it with Miller, and our Miller got back in there. Kristen Miller got back in there to upset Jam Miller. He went in low, submarine tackle down around his legs and flips Miller off his feet and makes the stop at the 43-yard line. Lost a yard with that hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, nice job by Christian Miller just slicing through that offensive line of Alabama to make the tackle.
2nd and 11 for the Tide on their own 43. Moving to our right. Man in motion is Bernard. Milroe rides him a little bit and then decides to keep it, and they just gobble him up. On that left side of the defensive line, he had nowhere to go. Probably would have been better off if he let Bernard take it, but Milroe wanted to keep the football. Ty Ingram Dawkins got there first, and then he was joined by C.J. Allen and K.J. Bolden. And now it's 3rd and 11 as the ball is back on the 43. They call that no gain. Snap on 3rd down. Milroe hit as he throws. Pass broken up at the Georgia 45-yard line. Trying to go to Ryan Williams. Broken up by Dalen Everett.
Boy, great pressure there by the Dogs. Nice job by Everett coming in and making that play. Got a hand in there a little bit early around to the intended receiver's back. No flag on the play, and Dogs going to get it back. There's still some life in them.
Milroe was getting drilled as he was releasing the football. And Everett with a nice play on the other end to break up the pass attempt. And it's 4th down for the Tide now. Georgia has double safeties back to receive the kick. They've got Evans and they've got Starks. And now a flag has been dropped. Is that a delay?
False start. Offense, number 18. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Five-yard penalty against Alabama for the false start. So the line of scrimmage, the 38-yard line. Burnett to punt it away. Again, 2 men back deep for Georgia. Wobbler going to bounce at the 20, take a Georgia roll. Alabama fields it on the run at the 23-yard line. We had Starks and Evans back there, and the ball still bounced on the turf, but took a Georgia bounce, and they field it down the ball at the 22-yard line. It was a 40-yard punt. Georgia has the football, 7:14 to play in the game. Alabama leads 33-21. We've got a timeout here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Our second half tonight is brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. We're back after this timeout on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hey Bulldog fans, cue the shine and savings. The new Zips Car Wash app is available for download. Keeping your ride sparkling clean has never been more rewarding. Get the free Zips app and earn points for every in-app purchase, including memberships. Then turn those points into free car wash rewards. Download the app today and your first wash is free. Visit Apple App Store or Google Play Store and search Zips Car Wash now. Zips Car Wash, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
It's college football season, so you need all the energy you can get. Luckily, Georgia Power knows a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
Hello, I'm Neil Pruitt, Chairman and CEO of Pruitt Health. We believe family makes us stronger. Pruitt Health has served families and communities throughout the Southeast for more than 50 years. If you're looking for skilled nursing, home health, or hospice care, count on our caregivers to provide the personalized plan your loved one needs. Learn more, visit PruittHealth.com. Pruitt Health is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
To play here at Tuscaloosa, Alabama, with the Crimson Tide leading the Bulldogs 33-21. Dogs will start this possession on its own 22-yard line as we welcome you back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID, Bulldog Sports Network. Dogs break the huddle. Got some work to do and not a lot of time to do it. Just 7:14 remaining. Cash Jones in the backfield with Beck. Lovett in the slot to the left. Arian Smith wide to the left. Bell wide to the right. Beck takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, lobs it down to Cash Jones, running down the far sideline. He makes the catch hip high and bumped out of bounds at the Alabama 48-yard line. Dominique Jackson is the guy that bumped him out of bounds, and the Dogs go quickly.
Will route by Cash Jones out of the backfield. Alabama lost him.
30-yard gain for the Dogs offense. 1st and 10 at the Alabama 48. Play fake Beck going deep ball to Arian Smith. Catches it at the 5. Twist down to the 1, and he's down right there.
Great adjustment there by Arian Smith coming back for that football, and Dogs striking quick right now and hustling up to the football.
47 yards right into the Massey Ferguson red zone. Dogs hustling up, goal to go on the Alabama 1. Everybody in tight, back up under center. Not set yet. Now the center judge is running into the play, and now the officials will stop play. I think it was just to separate the two lines of scrimmage, perhaps. Alabama wants to substitute as well. They bring in 3 new bodies. Georgia on the Alabama 1-yard line, trying to punch it in and tighten this up. Bama scored on its first 4 possessions of the game to take a 28-0 lead. In the shotgun with Cash Jones. Give it to Cash. Nowhere to go. Hitting the backfield, trying to twist away. The exchange from Beck and Jones was not good. It was not clean, as it looked like Carson was trying to pull it out and then pull it out of his belly, and then Cash kind of pulled it away and kept the football and trying to twist on the hash mark. Now there's a player down. Georgia's center is injured. Jared Wilson is shaken up on the play. And now we've got an injury timeout. Georgia did not get in the end zone on that play with 5:53 to go in the game.
Yeah, and lost a little bit of yardage too, so just knocking on the door. Now a little bit more work to do.
They're still showing, well, yeah, you lost a yard to the 2, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from that spot on the field. And again, an injury timeout. Jared Wilson, the Georgia center, is the injured player. Dogs are already down Tate Ratledge at right guard. And Drew Bobo is getting loosened up on the Georgia sideline. He's the number 2 center. Ratledge had worked a lot at center too during training camp in August, and he was there ready to go if needed. But it'll be Drew Bobo, the son of Georgia's offensive coordinator, Mike, that'll go in at center now as Wilson is helped up, and he's not walking too well. He's got his arms draped around Georgia's training staff with a lower leg injury. And I don't know if they're going to take him. They're going to take him to the medical tent and not straight to the locker room. That's a little bit closer of a hobble. Yeah, Big Jared can barely put any weight on his legs. Slowly walking, being assisted to the near sideline. Now Georgia's huddling up. They've got the ball on the Alabama 2. And goal to go. 2nd down coming up. 33-21 is our score, getting late in the 4th quarter with 5:48 to go. Dogs, quick break of the huddle. Back under center. Give it to Dylan Bell on a sweep, end around jet sweep. Cuts into the end zone. Touchdown. He cut right behind the block on the right edge and scored from 2 yards out.
Boy, great play call right there. Quick jet sweep from under center. Pretty gutsy call, too. You get a brand new center that comes into the game. You're not used to going under center because you're not doing it a whole lot. Execute that exchange, and Dogs strike again.
Dylan Bell with a 2-yard touchdown for Georgia, brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. And there's another player shaken up, and this one for Alabama. That's Tim Keenan, their nose tackle. Big 326-pounder from Birmingham, Alabama. That is on the turf right now, so we'll stop play again. But the Dogs have tightened it up. It's 33-27.
Boy, the fight in this Georgia team to claw their way back into this game, pretty remarkable.
Down 28-0, almost at the blink of an eye in the first half. They will kick a point here with Peyton Woodring when we continue. Not going for 2 here. We'll kick an extra point, try to make it 33-28 with 5:39 to go. Would be a 5-point game. Bo Gardner to snap it, the transfer from UCLA. Carson Beck will hold it, and Woodring will try the point after. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good. 33-28 is the new score. Dogs still breathing. And down only 5 now. with 5:39 to go. The scoring drive was 78 yards in 4 plays in 95 seconds. 3-yard touchdown run on the jet sweep by Dylan Bell. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. Call Georgia Metals today and say roof, roof, roof for your Bulldogs discount.
Dogs still with 3 timeouts. You've got the 2-minute timeout in here as well. Can this Dogs defense, after just being run through like they weren't there in the first quarter of this football game, keep up the play they've had in this second half?
There's life on the Georgia sideline. Just look at it. It's not really there, at least from this vantage point, on the Alabama sideline right now. So the momentum is swinging to the visiting team. We'll see if they can keep it up for the next 5:39 and make something miraculous happen. Here's Woodring's kick. Going to be fielded, then dropped by Alabama. They just dive on the ball at the 3. Alabama going to be pinned in, had 2 men deep. Not communicating back there who was going to catch it. One of them's trying to say he called a fair catch now. Cole Adams says,
he muffed it.
I've called a fair catch. They want it at the 25, but not going to get it there. They're going to put it down on the 3-yard line.
It was almost like 2 infielders in baseball converging on one. One calls it, then backs away because he thought somebody else was coming to get it. Both receivers of the football backed away from it.
Huge opportunity for the Dogs defense now. Milrose in the end zone, in the shotgun. They snap it back on 1st and 10 at the 3. Justice Haynes stutter steps to his left. Now he runs towards the line of scrimmage, and he will push the ball a little bit away from the goal line to where about the 6.5, maybe the 7. We got about 4 yards.
Good run there by Haynes. Georgia had quick penetration, but a nice little hop step there to pick up the 3 or 4 yards.
Bama on 2nd down. Pressure on Milroe. He gets the ball off. He throws a wobbler downfield at the 18. It's caught by Bernard.
Boy, just a curl route there by Bernard. Christian Miller got in, was providing quick pressure. Nice catch, though, by Bernard.
Tackled at the 17-yard line. He got 10. And Alabama with a new set of downs. The clock moving at 4:45. 1st and 10 Alabama now on their own 17-yard line. Bring a man in motion to the near side. Milroe takes the snap, hands it off to Haynes. He bounces out to the near side right, and Georgia defends it well down the line at the 20 on the near sideline. I don't know if he got out, quite out of bounds. We tackle him right around the 20-yard line or so.
Boy, nice scrape there by C.J. Allen to get down the line of scrimmage. Looked like they had a little bit of room on the outside, but Allen closed it quick.
Here's Alabama with a long throw to the far side, and it's caught around the 22 or the 23, I think, on the far sideline. And then driven back by Humphrey. Julian Humphrey drove back the tight end Dupree, but they give him forward progress up to the 23. Threw that ball a long way, all the way to across the field.
A dangerous throw right there. We just couldn't close quick enough on it.
It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for Alabama. Big play for the Georgia defense right here. Milroe in the shotgun. They shift the back. Snap it back to Milroe. We chase him. He throws it off to the back. Haynes sidesteps the first tackler, Starks, and then is hit hard at the 26 by C.J. Allen. And he's short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down for Alabama.
Dogs brought the house there. Good recognition by Milroe to get that football out of his hand quickly. Knew he didn't have it protected. And Dogs hold. Punt team comes on for Alabama.
Look out. 4th and a yard to go. 3:04, 3:03. Clock moving. Alabama sends the punt unit out. Anthony Evans goes back for Georgia. James Burnip on to kick it away. 4th and 1 for Alabama on its own 26. They snap it back. Burnett punts it to the near side. Fair catch called for by Evans. He slides up, makes the grab at the Georgia 33. All right, 2:42 to go. 41-yard punt by Alabama. No return on the fair catch by the Dogs.
I don't think anybody in the stadium, in the country, thought the Dogs would be in a position to take the lead with 2:42 with one drive left at the end of the first half.
Shock reports from the Georgia sideline. Jared Wilson with a right foot injury out for now. DJ's reports brought to you by attorney Ken Nugent. One call, 404, call Ken. All right, the Dogs with the ball, down 5, on 33-yard line. That's where they'll start this possession. 2:42 to go. Got all the timeouts left plus a 2-minute timeout. 4 receiver set for Beck. Snap it back to Carson. He drops back with time. Pump fakes. Now throws it down the middle. Bell is breaking open. Caught at the 30. Bell to the 20. Bell to the 15. They catch him and spin him at the 10. He breaks away. Touchdown. 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 Bell into the end zone. And the Dogs miraculously have taken the lead with 2:31 to go.
It was a dig and go. Great protection there by the Georgia offensive line. And on the pump fake, Alabama defenders bit all over it. Great ball there by Carson Beck, and what an effort by Dylan Bell to catch that football and somehow take it to the house.
67 yards on the touchdown. Dylan Bell, they couldn't get him down. They couldn't catch him at first, and then when they did, they couldn't tackle him. Dogs will go for 2 here. 34-33. Who would have believed it? Down 28-0. Here we go. We run Oscar Delp on late into this formation. So it'll be Delp and Lucky and Smith to the right. We'll try for 2 here to give us a 3-point lead. Cash Jones in the backfield with Beck. Snap it from the 3. Carson wants to run it, and he gets to the 1, and they tackle him there. He stretches the ball out, but he didn't get the goal line. 2-point conversion fails for Georgia as Beck. I'm thinking that was quarterback all the way right there.
Design quarterback draw all the way.
He came up just short, tackled at the 1, tried to stretch the ball and break the plane across the goal line, didn't get it done. So we play on with Georgia in front for the first time tonight. It's the Dogs 34, Alabama 33 with 2:31 to go. Georgia with a 67-yard touchdown strike, a 1-play drive in 11 seconds from Beck to Dylan Bell. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. Call Georgia Metals today. Say roof, roof, roof for your Bulldog discount. That Bell touchdown brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Well, still plenty of time on the clock here for this Alabama offense that's been pretty stagnant here in the second half. They've got all 3 timeouts left as well.
And Peyton Woodring jams his leg into this one and sends it deep into the end zone over the back line for a touchback on the bounce. Alabama will have possession. 1st and 10 at its own 25. The Tide has all of its timeouts, as does Georgia. And we're 31 seconds away, theoretically, from a 2-minute timeout here in the 4th quarter. And Georgia now in front for the first time tonight, 34-33. After a 67-yard touchdown pass and run by Dylan Bell from Carson Beck. Here we go. From the 25, Milroe will sling it. Far sideline, near sideline rather. And Williams makes an adjustment, makes the catch, spins away from 2 Georgia defenders, breaks away from another, and he's going to go in the end zone for a touchdown up the near sideline. We had 2 guys, couldn't catch him. KJ Bolden couldn't catch him. And Julian Humphrey couldn't catch him.
We were manned up on the outside. Great adjustment.
Wow.
On the ball there by Ryan Williams, able to go up, pull it out of the air, then just spun around from Georgia defenders. We never turned around to locate it, then had 2 guys that just whiffed.
75 yards on the, what he did after the catch was the amazing part of that. 75-yard touchdown strike in 1 play by Alabama. So they answer quickly, and they're back in front 39-34. They'll go for 2 right here. Ball's on the 3. It's between the hash marks. They go with an empty backfield. Milroe, they snap it back. We pressure. He throws it into the end zone, and going to the turf and making the grab is Bernard. And now he wants to get in the face of Malachi Starks. The 2-point conversion is converted, and Alabama has a 41-34 lead.
Well, that happened so quick. Dogs still have plenty of time on the clock. 2:18 left. 3 timeouts left for the Dogs. You've got Dogs. You've got the 2-minute timeout as well. Points have just started to rack up here in this football game. Dogs strike quick. We miss on the 2-point conversion. Alabama gets it back. And they strike with lightning speed as well.
So 41-34 with 2:18 to go. Massive plays on the last 2 series for each team. Georgia scores on a 67-yard pass play. Alabama answers right back with a 75-yarder to their freshman receiver phenom, Ryan Williams.
Yeah, he's something else.
Had been kind of quiet until that play, it seemed like, but now he did have over 100 yards already. He had 5 catches for 102. Now he's got 6 for 177. So, yeah, that's a good night's work. Milrose passed for 374. He's only thrown 5 incomplete balls tonight, 27 of 33. Alabama will kick it away. Evans calls for the fair catch. A yard deep in the end zone, makes the grab, and Georgia will get the ball at the 25-yard line. All right, we're down again, but we've been here most of the night. 41-34. It's a 7-point Alabama lead with 2:18 to go. The 2-minute timeout will be coming up soon, and Georgia has its full allotment of 3, as does Alabama. Looks like Jared Wilson is back in the game as well, the Georgia center.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well. He is back in the game, so able to shake off the injury.
All right, Dogs break the huddle at the 25. Up to the line. 3 receivers go out to the right for Beck. 1 back in the backfield with him. That's Etienne. Well, now we bring Arian Smith in motion to the near side. Snap back to Beck. Quick throw to Arian. And off his fingers. He tried to catch it underhand going out of bounds. And he was reaching for it. And it just bounced off his hands and incomplete right around the 30-yard line.
Boy, just a quick out there. Got to make that catch.
Yeah, it was kind of lobbed over there, and it just bounced right off his hands. He had his palms up to try to catch it and didn't. 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2:14 remaining. Beck in the shotgun. They snap. Here comes pressure from Alabama. Beck escapes. He'll run 30, 35. Did he get to the 35? He dove forward. Helmet first. Oh, they bring it back to the 33.
That's
wow.
a bad spot right there.
Yeah, that cost him the first down. And it's 3rd and 2. At worst, it should be 3rd and 1, but it's 3rd and 2. They spotted it on the 33-yard line. I guess they're saying that's where he started his head-first slide. Timeout. 2 minutes to go in the game. 41-34. Alabama leads Georgia. Dogs ball when we continue our second half. Brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Go see the friendly Franklin folks at one of their convenient Georgia locations. 2 minutes to play here in Tuscaloosa. It's the Tide 41, the Dogs 34. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
I'm Kamala Harris. Here's a few things I believe. Middle-class families, like the one I grew up in, they want common sense solutions. You want lower prices and lower taxes. I believe you want to just not get by, but you want to get ahead. We must create an opportunity economy where everyone has a chance to get a car loan, buy a home, start a business. And I believe we can make that happen.
Kamala Harris's plan? Bring down costs by cracking down on corporate price gougers. Make homeownership more affordable for families. A middle-class tax cut for 100 million Americans. And make sure billionaires and big corporations pay their fair share so you can keep more of the money you've earned.
Instead of being focused on the politics of the past, we need to be thinking about the future and how we make it better for families like yours. I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
Family is a full-time job. There's lunches to make, laundry to do, the list goes on. It's a lot. But with Kohl's Epic Deals, I don't spend a lot. I got Active Styles for $9.99, a kitchen appliance for $12.99, and teas for $7.99. Plus, I earn 3 times the rewards as a Kohl's Rewards member. See for yourself now through Sunday only at Kohl's. Select styles. Offers in September 29th. Kohl's Rewards enrollment required for rewards. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Get $2,000 in loyalty cash bonus on a new Toyota Tundra. Offer valid through September 30th, 2024. Offer entitles current Tundra customers to $2,000 loyalty cash bonus on the retail purchase or lease of a new Tundra gas or hybrid vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward a down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details.
2 minutes to go here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Piedmont Healthcare offers you exceptional, hassle-free care closer to home. Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics. Carson Beck has passed for a career-high 406 yards tonight, 24 of 43, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Both of those came in the first half when it looked dire indeed for the Bulldogs as Georgia was down 28-0. But they came back, took the lead momentarily at 34-33 just moments ago after a 67-yard touchdown catch and run by Dylan Bell. But then on the next possession, Alabama with a one-play 75-yard scoring strike from Milroe to Williams to regain the lead. They went for 2 and converted. They lead at 41-34 now. And it's in the Dogs' hands at this point. 3rd down and 2. From our own 33-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Colby Young on the near side here. We bring Lucky in motion. Beck in the shotgun. Handoff. ETN. He's got the first down and a little bit more right up the hash. Still driving and running to the 45-yard line, taking Alabama bodies with him. Boy. ETN with a nice run of 12 yards up to the 45 and a first down for the Dogs.
Great push there by Fairchild. And Green just blowing the Crimson Tide off the football there.
Dogs need a touchdown and an extra point to tie the game. 1:40 to go. Beck in the shotgun from our 45. Beck with time. Steps back and fires to the near sideline. It's incomplete. Incomplete, trying to go to, I think it was Lucky, the tight end. It was, and Sabb, the safety, was able to break it up right on the Georgia sideline in Alabama territory. So it's going to be an incomplete pass, and Georgia football back at the 45. 2nd down and 10.
Really well defended there by Alabama, but a great blitz pickup by Trevor Etienne on that one. Carson Beck kind of threw that one moving backwards.
Lucky, Everett, and Smith to the right. Bell to the left. ETN in the backfield. Beck with time. Throws. And Bell makes the catch in Alabama territory around the 47. And then quick hops out of bounds. And they hit him as he was going out of bounds anyway. Deontay Lawson, the linebacker, got in a lick right there on the sideline in front of the Georgia bench. But the ball crosses midfield. And it's at the Alabama 47-yard line now.
Well, able to get out of bounds, but just short of the first down marker. Still 3rd and looks like a long 2.
They got 8 on that pass play. It is 3rd and 2 with 1:28 to play, 4th quarter. 3 receivers right for Beck. Slide Lucky, the tight end, in tight to the right. Beck with a play fake, rolls to the right, sets up and throws in. Going to Lovett at the 30. It's broken up by Alabama.
Boy, aggressive play call right there on 3rd and 2. Gave the same look that we just had in the last 3rd down run. Brought Lucky in motion, faked the handoff this time, but we had nobody short. Everything was deep on that play, and got to have it here.
Devonta Smith broke that up for the Tide. 4th down and 2 on the Alabama 47. Here it is. Beck wants to talk to his offensive line. He's got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. ETN's in the backfield. 4th and 2. Down 41-34. Play clock at 4. At 3. There's the snap. Beck will throw, and it's caught. Colby Young catches it on a quick slant at the 40, and they'll tackle him down around the 35 or 36-yard line.
Boy, Dogs have made a living on that quick slant on the backside. Another completion, another dart thrown by Carson, who has found his rhythm for sure.
Alabama with a player on the turf, shaken up, slow to get up. Dogs got 11 on that pass play and got a first down. 1:15 to go. That's Smith, the corner on that side, stretched out on the turf now. He's being checked out by the Alabama medical staff.
Dogs who have been forced to go for it on fourth down throughout this game have just been excellent. Don't say what it is. We might need it again.
You're way too superstitious.
I'm not. We're not talking about it.
I'm not. You just told me not to say what we are.
Don't say what it
down.
is. We can talk about it later.
Okay, if you go online, you can look up the stats for yourself. It's a really good number. Injury timeout. One of the Alabama players shaken up, Devonta Smith. Both teams over 500 total yards of offense now. Alabama 551, Georgia at 503. The Dogs have passed for 425. That's a career high for Carson Beck. 374 for Alabama. The Tide has rushed for 177. Georgia hasn't hit the century mark on the ground. We've been playing from behind all night. Had to almost abandon the running game. Just 78 yards rushing. That's your fourth quarter recap presented by Ag South, Ag Georgia, Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, loans for land and farms. We've outscored the Tide here in the fourth 19-8, but still need to do more work. On 1st and 10 from the 36, Beck's going to roll out to the right. Now he's going to keep it. He pulls it down and dives for a few yards, what he can get on that far hash. As he crossed the 35, he started to go to the turf, and where will they spot it?
Boy,
Georgia calls a timeout.
He had Trevor Etienne on the outside. I thought he was just going to give him a quick little toss and put it in the hands of number one and let him go to work.
He got 2 yards on that run. They spot it down just inside the 35 at the 34, and Georgia uses the first of its 3 timeouts to stop the clock with 60 seconds remaining. We're down 7, 41-34. Dogs were down 28-0 in the first half. Just an incredible show of resiliency by this Bulldog team.
Boy,
to just kind of pick away, and took the lead momentarily, but then gave up a 75-yard touchdown play from Milroe to Williams as Alabama went back in front. We're trying to get back and tie the game. Dogs huddle up. 2nd down and 8 from the Alabama 34. Break the huddle, send 3 receivers to the short side. That's the right of Beck. Etienne's in the backfield. Colby Young wide to the left. Snap to Beck. Drops back 3 steps. Long ball towards the end zone. He's got Colby. He adjusts, and did he make the catch? No. Couldn't hang on to it, falling down backwards.
Boy, I thought he had it there for a second. Back shoulder. He adjusted nicely to the football. Just couldn't hold on to it. It's kind of down in the part of the end zone where we couldn't see.
He adjusted to the ball. Looked like he was going to make it, but Alabama defended him well enough. It looked like Brown waving an arm in front of his face right there when the ball was coming to him. Boy, no flag on the play. The pass was incomplete.
That football a little bit underthrown. He had a step on the Alabama defender.
3rd and 8 from the Alabama 34 for the Dogs. Cash Jones in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Oh, we started early. I don't see any flags. Now there's the flags. We throw the ball downfield, complete it to Lucky at the 21.
Well, we jumped unless Alabama forced us to jump.
There's a few flags on the field now.
Offsides. Defense, number 14.
That's what Chris was indicating. Alabama jumped. That's why we moved.
The result of the play is a first down. The runner was out of bounds. The clock will start on the snap.
How about that? That was kind of a quiet, big gain for Georgia. Penalty on Alabama. The Dogs will take the pass reception to Lawson Lucky, and they'll spot the ball down on the Alabama 20. The Dogs in the Massey Ferguson red zone once again. Down 7 with 49 seconds to go. Snap back to Beck. In the pocket. Throwing for the end zone in the back corner. It's intercepted. Trying to go to Colby Young. Pass was short. Intercepted by Brown, the freshman cornerback.
Boy, that is a really, really long throw to throw a fade from the far hash. It just gives the defender way too much time to adjust to the football.
Third interception thrown by Carson Beck tonight.
Yeah, you think about the turnovers in this football game. What a valiant effort by the Dogs for sure, but 3 interceptions and a fumble on top of that. When you're playing on the road, those are tough to overcome.
Well, Kirby told us in the pregame, he said the team that makes the most mistakes is the one that's not going to win this game, and that's going to be Georgia. 4 turnovers in the game by the Bulldogs, only 1 for Alabama. And Georgia has 2 timeouts remaining, so they can stop the clock a couple of times, but 43 seconds, Alabama will just try to kneel on the football, run the time off the clock. They line up in the victory formation, and they're going to hang on to win. Georgia had the lead in this game after being down 28-0 for a fraction of a second. And Alabama struck quickly on the following series after Georgia had gone up by 1 on a 75-yard strike to Ryan Williams, who had a miraculous finish after he caught the ball, some 35 or 40 yards runs after the catch. The way he got to the end zone and avoiding 2 Georgia defenders the entire way down. And that's the difference in the ball game right now as Georgia uses a timeout here with 39 seconds to go.
Yeah, really good. Again, just the fight in this Dogs team to find a way to claw back into this football game. Pretty remarkable.
41-34. Clock stopped with 39 seconds. The lights are flashing off and on here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. And Georgia can stop the clock one more time. Alabama will line up once again in the victory formation. Jalen Milroe goes under center where he hasn't been all night long. Takes the snap, takes a knee. Dogs will use their last timeout. Nope, they're not going to use it. No, that's it. Kirby's going to keep the last one in his pocket, I guess. And the final 30 seconds will tick away as both benches empty onto the field here in darkness. They've turned out the main lights here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. They've got red lights showing, and now they're flashing, and 100,000-plus fans here at Tuscaloosa, Alabama's football stadium will begin to celebrate as Alabama will win it tonight over Georgia by a final of 41-34. So Georgia with its first loss of the season, now 1-1 in SEC play, 3-1 overall. Alabama wins its conference opener. They're 1-0, and they improve to 4-0 on the season. The Dogs will go home for the next 2 games, and that's the good news. Auburn in town next week, and that'll be a Saturday afternoon contest, a 3:30 game for the Bulldogs and the Tigers next Saturday, October 5th. Didn't go the Dogs' way. We gave it a great finish. Had the lead momentarily in the 4th, in the final minutes. But Alabama comes out on top with a 41-34 win. Stay tuned. Post-game coverage straight ahead from Tuscaloosa here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
I'm attorney Ken Nugent, and I'm here with legendary Georgia Bulldog quarterback and radio host Buck Ballou.
Ken and I are teaming up to give back to the brave men and women of our military. Ken's going to donate $500 to one member of the military every Bulldog football game this season.
If you're a member of the military, go to attorneykennugent.com to enter.
And somebody's going to win $500 every game.
One click.
That's it.
Ken Nugent, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Between the hedges and across the state, this is where the Dogs play. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The Piedmont Bank is a proud partner of the UGA Athletic Association and presenter of the 2024 Arch Award. As one of Georgia's largest community banks, we are focused on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank, banking elevated. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Coach Kirby Smart. The decision-making process between an elite athlete and a school takes time. You can rely on stats and research, but sometimes you just get a gut feeling about the person across from you, their unshakable desire to be elite. It's when game recognizes game.
Take your game to elite levels with the power and performance of the Ford F-150, the official truck of your Georgia Bulldogs. See your local Ford dealer today.
Ford F-150, built Ford tough. Go Dogs.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Today's show is brought to you in part by Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Drive sober. Don't get pulled over. Hoffman Financial Group, helping build your financial dynasty. And by Hotel Indigo, Athens' only downtown boutique hotel. Now back to the Piedmont Healthcare broadcast booth. Once again, here's Neil Hondo Williamson.
Oh boy. If I hadn't witnessed it myself, I'm not sure I would have believed this game. From Dylan Bell's touchdown, I was saying to myself, I don't believe I'm actually watching this comeback. And then the comeback by Alabama and the near win at the end for the Dogs. Unfortunately, the Crimson Tide rolls 41-34 here at Bryant-Denny Stadium tonight. Hi, everybody. The Locker Room Show is presented by Regions and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for Athens, the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card. Get yours today. We have Scott Howard, Eric Zier with us. Pardon me, folks, for that clearing of my throat. But Scott, I'm dumbfounded. I think that you and Eric went into it right there towards the end, that you can't turn the ball over 4 times and only take it away once and expect to win a game, especially on the road at night against the number 4 team in the nation in the conference.
Yeah, we had the too many mistakes as far as the turnovers were concerned, and in the end, when you take away those opportunities, I mean, who knew that down 28-0 you were even going to have a chance to be in the game? The way this thing started, Alabama scored on its first 4 possessions and was just throttling Georgia. And the Bulldogs finally got on the board, and they got a touchdown. Their only points of the first half, and trailed 30-7 at halftime, but amazing comeback, great effort by the Dogs in the second half, even came back to take the lead. That was the remarkable part of this whole thing. And then on the very next play, the ensuing series by Alabama, and they had the 75-yarder to Ryan Williams, who escaped 2 Georgia defenders to run it in the end zone and regain the lead. And then they held off Georgia there at the end with the Bulldogs' last turnover of the game, as Georgia was driving down the field, and right there from the 20-yard line, I guess it was, and threw that last interception of the ball game. But the way it ended was the way I think most people expected this to be. Not in the first quarter when it was first half when it was 28-0 and Georgia looked like they didn't even belong on the field.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, it certainly looked like that, but also in the end, Georgia just made too many dire mistakes to come out on top in this one.
Yeah, listen, valiant effort by the Dogs to be able to fight back on the road. Give yourself a chance to win. There's a lot that can be taken away that is very positive. But the truth is, the Dogs did not play well tonight. This was one of the